Hello, galaxies and Jedi. I'm sorry. Dad wasn't feeling very well. So, I'm here. I'm under there, Dad.
You're not supposed to ruin the illusion. You're not supposed to say I'm under here. You were doing so well. This was her idea. She wanted to trick everybody. It was not my idea. It was not my idea.
It was his idea
to do this. But like, you know, if you want to go with the illusion, you got to go all the way through. You can't like tell everybody I'm under the desk. That makes them know.
They're doing daddy.
Yeah, I know they're doing daddy explosions.
Daddy explosions.
Pretty much. Sorry, I'm seeing that everything's gonna be going okay over here. Theoretically, we'll be okay. Printing out
Dad's
some
doing
stuff.
all the talking. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yes. Yeah. More explosions.
Wait. That's all.
Too many. Yeah. People don't know how to limit those things.
Is that only Pixie?
It probably is.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's it. Honey. Remember what we talked about with like loud screaming?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really good idea not to do that within the range of a microphone.
Okay.
Because it's really loud.
Okay, I'm going under.
All right, honey, careful.
All right.
We really have to work on the tone there that we use when we get excited. Just a little bit. Just a little. Shrill is the word I would use to describe that. She doesn't mean it. It's not intentional. It's just she's a young child, and so everything is automatically higher pitched as opposed to a booming sound, which does not sound as shrill, for the lack of a better word, in that context. So I'm printing out 4 objects tonight, and hopefully they will turn out just fine. I should let everybody know that the second print of the tiny Jedi cup turned out just fine. Very happy to report that. The Jedi symbol is right there. Let me go ahead and get a closer up view. See the Jedi symbol? It's kind of like a shot glass of sorts. A shot tiki mug. Turned out really nice. I think I've got to follow up with David Randolph when he pops into chat, if he pops in tonight, to ask if it would be safe to put water in here and possibly use as kind of like a, you know, get some water from the sink and then swish it around to spit out and brushing the teeth. But this turned out fine. This is at about 50% of the original size from Bugman 140, if I get the number correct. He modeled this. There's a series of Cantina cups available. And so I was looking around today for something to do, right, with the white that's still in there. And I was like, oh, you know, I wonder I'll try this. And then I ran into a problem slicing. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can go to green. And then that file did not slice well at all. And then I thought, well, what could I do in white that I currently have out? And I was kind of browsing, and then these objects.
Harold 2023 just
it's a series
subscribed.
Of 4 little wands. They're like bubble wands, is what they're called. So you get a little plate. You know, you put the bubble solution in there, you dip the plate in there, and then like a bubble wand, right? Theoretically, I only downloaded these things off the internet, so I don't know how well they will work in actual, you know, real life, in practical uses. You know, being bubble wands. They're tools, but toys simultaneously, and there are different versions available. And so I decided to print off 4 of them to see how well they work. And I figured I'd do 4 because, you know, why not? And even if they don't work well, you know, they look awesome. Thank you, Harold 2023, for subscribing at Tier 1. Very appreciated. And Sherm Wow redeeming ad time for people who are not subscribed. So, wow, that was pretty quick. It's pretty. Y'all just jumped right into it, didn't you? So, yeah, that's the case. Ice Racer 99 says this is great viewing. I agree. Unless you were talking about Jedi when she was sitting right here. Nice manners. Thank you. I think. For me? For Jedi? It's hard to know at this stage. Liz, thank you for stopping by, and thank you for dropping today's first bits. That puts you in the lead easily. If we pop over to this view, you'll see right there at the top, today's top cheerer is Pez Liz with 100 bits that I'm going to pull out of Darth Vader's head. Just like that. Oh, there we go. And I'm printing a Darth Vader wand too. So thank you so much for the bits. And thank you for the recent followers. Haven't had any donations today, but the recent subscriber, of course, just mentioned Harold 2023. So we've got that. In fact, this, you know what? This might actually make a better bit cup, right? Like, let me go ahead and dump it out. Little bit cup. So I might print another one of these out at 50% scale for the bit cup, and then in a black. I don't know if I'll use the Jedi symbol or perhaps another symbol that he's got available, just to, just to have on hand. Why not? Why not? Because we can. That's why. So thank you for the bits. Thank you for the cheers. Because I have to this point been using this Darth Vader koozie, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice. It's just it's a little large, or larger than it needs to be compared to something a little smaller. So keeping this out, if only to remind me to ask David Randolph when he pops in if it would be safe enough to use that filament to sip, but not drink out of, but like to take water in from the sink and then swish and then spit. Luke, I am your father. Kind of. I'm not. Not me. Shake the bits in the cup? Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Like. And we have a recent 100 bits from Liz. Nope, these bits have not yet been claimed. No one's cheered those bits. It's a good way to kind of keep the bits out of the way and yet not take up too much desktop real estate. Because that estate is real. Let me assure you. A hype train is close. Oh, that's why Liz cheered. Oh, it's way too early for a hype train. I'd worry about starting a hype train right now because I don't think it would even come close to leaving the station. Yeah, that, it's always a risk. You can't have two level 5 hype trains in 2 days in a row. That would just like break all sorts of records. It'd be great. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about encouraging the hype train. It's just that it always worries me at the beginning of the streams, before everybody's kind of woken up from their nap, with the day's work being done, and say, oh yeah, that's right, Chris is live streaming right now. I gotta pop over and see what's going on. All right, Liz, what light are we going with? Figure of the day is not going to happen because I do not have a figure today. Got the figures of the day yesterday though. That was nice. Pink. Okay, last night was kind of this turquoise. Pink is this color. There we go. You got your pink, Liz. You got your pink. You got your pink. Pink's right there. They're not fly swatters. They're bubble wands. So with a bubble solution, we'll be able, like in a plate of sorts, you dip it in the bubble solution and then either wave them or blow through them like that. So they should work. And by the way, if you notice that I've got my same shirt on for 3 days in a row, it's because, as I pointed out, the washer is broken. And we won't be getting a new one. It won't be arriving until next week. And we're replacing many of the appliances, not to go into that again. Although today we decided that we are going to wait for a different dishwasher to come in inventory before we get a new dishwasher. Our dishwasher's fine right now, but we are going to make moves to it. I think we're going to be going with a Bosch, either 500 or 800 series, given its review status, given that it would do everything that we need it to do. It should be more than sufficient. So we're going with a Bosch dishwasher. And so, yeah, it's just not, the problem is that they're not in inventory, so we can't actually cycle through. But this is absolutely on our radar to be able to take care of it. I've been taking care of, I swear to God, every day, just small things that need to be done, but when they're done, we're good. You know what I'm saying? Like small tasks. Not routine tasks, things that need to be taken care of, but iterative, right? So today, I ended up removing some of the sticky residue left by the mats that we had inside the house to keep dirt from tracking in since Pixie was here. And ultimately, they just kept moving around despite using the right kind of adhesive on the floor. the command strips, they just came up. They all came up, and then it was a mess, and they just kept moving around anyway. So today I cleaned up the floors in and around the mats. That's what I did tonight. Okay, does anyone want to explain to Robert for the third time what we're printing tonight? Someone else might be able to. Because otherwise, I hesitate to put the text in the actual video, although I do need to adjust the time a bit. 2 hours. So 2 hours, 11 minutes. It's 130 minutes-ish. Give me a second. 130 minutes. 130. There we go. Massive jump in time. Massive jump in time. Massive jump in time. Auction paddles. There you go. I like that. What are some alternative uses for bubble wands? Auction paddles. I like. Going once, going twice. No! Sold to the Darth Vader wand in the back. Like I said, I'm curious to know if these are even going to work. But if they don't, then we're out nothing necessarily. Oh, they're definitely not for flies. You can't swat them because I'm pretty sure they would just shatter. So I don't have the figure of the day, but I do have a package here from Things from Another World. It tells me it's a comic of some kind, probably the High Republic, IDW. I think those are the only ones that I had left over with the Marvel crossover. Oh, no, I have the Dr. Aphra and Bounty Hunter. So these are second copies I have of these two, which is fine. Because I have kind of like a holdover, because I wasn't sure when to cut off, because I didn't want to accidentally miss a couple of issues in the crossover of using Marvel. If I spank someone with those, they leave Star Wars marks. Yeah, but you wouldn't want to do that. We don't believe in corporal punishment around here. We do not hit. We do not bite. We do not slap. We do not pinch. We do not do that here. Absolutely not. When am I having an auction in my house for all my Star Wars stuff? Oh, when I'm dead. Because no one else will want this stuff. Herald 2023 cake toppers. That's a great idea, actually. You know, if and when... Oh, I wonder if we can do one of those for Jedi's birthday, right? Do a Grogu topper of sorts. That's a great idea. I didn't even think of that. That's kind of unique. I'd have to try to find something or get something done. Interesting. Because the problem is a lot of those, the Star Wars cake designs that are kind of not spray on, but you know that you make impressions on them, and then it's like a Star Wars cake. All those are not vegan, and we tend to buy food products like that are vegan, because otherwise I can't eat it. Diana can't eat it. We don't have enough people around here that could eat it. So I prefer to get the vegan pastries. So we'll find something. They do have food printers out there. That's true. They do. I forgot to turn off my volume here. Hang on. It is now successfully turned down. How'd that guy's 24/7 stream turn out? I watched a little earlier today, but we rated him, and then the next thing I knew, I gotta ask RC Maniac when I see him in chat. I guess he donated to the cause, which is outstanding. Let's go ahead and bring that in. Oops, sorry everybody. Did not mean to make you dizzy. Ow, 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 ow. Thumb got stuck. Really fun? Good, good. Glad it was a good raid. Glad that the recommendation was made. Because it's better than just not doing anything at the end of a stream. Oh, various Star Wars cake toppers. There we go. See, I'd be looking for yeah, something like that. There we go. Good call. It's $1.25, which isn't bad. It's not bad. I wonder, is that printed higher? I don't know. I don't know how what the layer is, but that's interesting. Cool. That might work. He's gotten tired, but he's opened presents on stream since it's his birthday. Wow. Okay. On my birthday, yes, I'm going to stream. I don't know what else. Oh. Let me tell you, man. Every day. If I can get through the day, man. Get through the day. That's all I'm trying to do. Is just get through the friggin' day. Especially, like I said, we've been in flux, and I hate the feeling of being in between. Like, especially when I make a decision, or especially when we need to move forward with something. Like, being in between for me is a really weird feeling. I like, for example, we've got the washer and dryer currently broken, so we gotta wait for the new one before we can kind of get things back to normal, right? Or knowing that we're gonna get a new refrigerator, fine, but then we have to get a space underneath the counter measured properly for our microwave, so it's the question of getting that done. It's in the pipeline. The dishwasher, we just gotta wait for something to come in inventory before we can get it, and then it's in the pipeline. So it's just it's waiting, right? It's waiting. Sometimes I hate that. Sometimes I hate waiting for that kind of thing. For the vaccine, I can totally wait. I can absolutely wait. I will wait. I'll wait for the vaccine. Like, oh, that's right, I gotta check for the vaccine. Here we go. Okay, I'm good. I don't need to get pricked. I'm good. I'm happy not to get pricked. I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of not getting shots. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta text Diana. Diana's gonna be possibly coming on tonight. So, prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and emotionally for that. It will be the absolutely best time ever if she comes up here. I think she's making a smoothie for Jedi right now, though. So, what if your work says you have to get vaccinated? Well, then I get vaccinated. That's not a problem. There may be incentives for it. I just don't have any need to necessarily travel right now or get anywhere beyond our normal range of where we go on a regular basis. So it's been it's been different, yes, but not bad, just different. I typed in a couple of emotes there, or emoji, because I saw the bar come up, and I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't typed an emote. It was making emoji recommendations. I'm like, I don't know why. I must have accidentally swiped something, which is, probably what seems to happen, whether I know it or not. Let's do this. There, it's a little better. Hey, Big Endo. Good to see you again. Very happy. Always nice to find new followers who come in on a regular basis. And I've seen you pretty much every night. So I'm happy to say that you're quickly becoming a part of this little community of ours. We got an emote-only chat, so it's time to whip out the Tech TV emote that you can get at Tier 3, if you are so inclined. I don't really think that many people would want to use the Tech TV logo. I don't think many people even remember it, but it is what it is. I have not... Another one of the tasks that I'm still holding off on, because, resource constraints, right? Time constraints. It may happen tomorrow. I may start the migration over to... Oh, thank you for the stretch. I may start the migration over to the new Nook. The Intel Nook. Chris is telling us to look at that. Yeah, exactly. There you go, Fix 'em, dude. Nailed it. Nailed it. Thank you for the stretch. Oh, man. Good stretch. Oh, good stretch. It's just, I know, inevitably setting up any new PC, it's just like, oh god, I gotta do this, and then I gotta do that, and then I gotta update this, and I gotta update that, and then I gotta install this, gotta get those settings over here. It just takes time. Hopefully that'll go seamlessly, in the sense that I'm just gonna basically be swapping out hardware, right? Instead of plugging it into one thing, I'm plugging it into something else after everything gets copied over. So theoretically, within the next couple of days, I'm going to have a different PC. I'll let you know when it happens, because I don't think you would know that it was happening any other way. CNEP76, I loved that Photoshop you did. That was really funny. I came this close to not tweeting anything, and I'm like, no, that's too good, dude. That is, like, too good. I thought it was funny. And I can't be the only one who thought it was funny. You've been coming up with some pretty decent updates there. Those photoshops. Okay, emote only chat is now off. These should be perfect for Jedi's hands. They're going along pretty well. I don't think they're going to be that thick. I don't think they can be that thick, being bubble wands. Of course, if you want, you can still keep posting emotes. Thank you for the posture check, Treddy. I'm sitting up about as straight as I can. Oh, man. Tired. I'm so tired. I just can't, for some reason, I'm going to bed later and I'm waking up earlier. I don't know why. Hey, Trey. The real Trey Hitman. Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the madness. Diana, as I mentioned, will be here at some point tonight, I believe. I hope. She said she would. So. Are they easy to blow bubbles with, or do you have to use the force? Oh, fix them, dude. I don't know, honestly. Is it spring? Is that why? Liz, I'm so tired. That's weird. Aren't I supposed to be tired in winter? Yeah, we'll try them. We've got, I don't know if we have any excess bubble solution right now. I mean, we got like a bubble bin of sorts. With like various and sundry, you know, bubble things. But like getting like a little dish to dip, and then either do this or blow. Yes, but you live like a mole. I do live like a mole. That is true. Were I able to print the cup? I were able to. It successfully printed. I'm of the mindset that, and I could be wrong, maybe something else will happen, but it is my belief that the USB drive that came with the Prusa Mini is the thing that was causing issues, potentially, and I haven't gone through and done any kind of, like, repair on it, like check disc. Let me insert it. Stick it in! Alright, if I go right-click, how do you do this again? You right-click, Properties, Tools, check the drive for system errors, scan and repair drive, show details. Were there any errors? Wow, Windows, you showed me absolutely nothing. Filtered, number of events. Nothing? Really? System. Windows is useless. What? Did it? No. Okay, did I repair anything? It just pointed me to the event viewer, and I'm like, it says your drive was successfully repaired. But I'm gonna do it again. Oh. Interesting. The second time it says your drive was successfully scanned. No errors were found. So, theoretically, I might have fixed it. Interesting. Okay. Well, that would lend credence to the idea of the issues that I ran into with a couple of prints being the stick. I'm inclined to continue to use the current one, if only because I know it's a faster stick. Specifically with all the cabling. I don't know about the interface, but speed being a primary concern. I just soon kind of move on from the Prusa stick after I've copied off all the extraneous data, which I need to do. Don't I? Schmidt. Oh, Windows. There's the dump. I gotta take a dump. Yeah, gotta take a dump. Let's... What? Holy cow. That's a lot of file. That's a lot of friggin' file. I didn't realize I had sliced that many damn files. What? Let's do this. New folder. slice. Slice head. There we go. I'm gonna copy over the on the USB stick. Basically, I'm just getting things ready to back up. What was that, Diana? Do you need it? Yes. It's funny, like you know how you've got like auto responses? She asked, "Do you need it?" And the only auto response was no. I'm like, but I do need it. So I actually had to manually go in and type yes. I need to try to get a hold of somebody there. Oops. CNEUp76 says, it's official, I'm calling it, 3D printing is addictive. CNEUp76, how's it going? First world problems. Yeah, tell me about it. I had to actually type out the word yes. I can't believe it. This sucks, man. So, Jedi's got a new friend. And this new friend, we've heard her parents, because we've only met her nanny, love Star Wars, or like Star Wars at least. Her new friend's got, this girl has 2 Baby Yodas, and so I was at Dollar Tree today. I needed to pick up a spray bottle for replacing another bottle, and so I picked up like they had an extra Mandalorian cup, Grogu cup. So I grabbed one, and then I grabbed another one of the 3D printed Jedi coins, and then what else did I grab? Something, one of these coins with the Jedi symbol. I didn't make these, but I could, probably will, potentially. But I have plenty right now. And then, one other thing. Oh, a Grogu, a Baby Yoda, a ring, like a party ring, so that Jedi could give it to this new girl, friend of hers. And she liked it, apparently. So that was a win. I can add auto responses. Yeah, no. I know auto responses, but like it was on the phone, right? So like normally on Android, it auto populates, and says, someone asks a question, and Android sometimes is smart enough to see the context of the question and then give you potential responses like yay or yes, no, and in this case, the auto, the button, the smart response was there was only one answer, no, and I'm like, but I need it, so yeah. Starting a few Star Wars crates for your Star Wars Legion game. See, that's what I did. I printed off some of the crates. I had fun with that. That was a good. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're gonna find some amazing stuff. I'm finding amazing stuff. I didn't even realize that I wanted to print this until like an hour before the show. There are a couple of other things that I didn't realize I wanted to print. Oh yes, you went to Target today and noticed the Star Wars plushies on sale. Exactly, told you. The only one we're missing is the R2-D2. Not that we're gonna chase it down necessarily, or that I want anybody to grab it because it would cost more to ship than it would be worth, unfortunately. Will I test the bubble wands on stream? I don't know if we have enough bubble solution. Enough viable bubble solution, at least. Plus it would get messy. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the making messies. But it's interesting. We're 20% the way through, so these things are not going to be thick at all. Hey, there you are. Off topic. Repeating the name of the app used to get rid of backgrounds? Photo Room on Android and iOS. Yeah, he was, not just appliance specialty sales, but major appliance. So I'm going to email him about the microwave to ask if we should grab it ahead of time, and we're going to try to keep an eye out for the inventory coming in on the Bosch, either the 500 or the 800. Yeah. Like there's not that much of a difference between those two. I made note of the third rack being thinner, but like it's basically down to decibel level. The difference between the one and the other, like it's not going to be significant. So bubble wands. So I don't know how well they're gonna work.
But they're like things you stick in your yard.
No, why would you stick? Well, I guess you could.
Like business people put in the yard.
Right.
Like advertising.
Right. Well, we don't do. I don't think we have any excess like super bubble juice. So.
You should get some
You're getting what?
Maybe the thing.
Oh yeah, the bubble. Yeah.
Or she could jump over.
We don't we already have? Well, I guess we have. I thought we had some.
And then get all over your hands and start
Oh
pulling.
my god, I know. It just gets so messy. It gets way messy. All right, I'll have to keep an eye out for the bubble solution.
Yeah, I know. I heard saying about soap.
No, you don't want to. Yeah, you gotta have like a super bubble, a good bubble solution. Loyal Moses, hang on, Loyal Moses. You take your fracking opinions and stick them up your toaster. No, you would only understand that if you were into Battlestar Galactica. The Apollo to my Starbuck. Yeah, I just see him right now. I think he's like castrating beasts in between talking smack. Well, we got 3 woes, but Loyal Moses is silent. I think I stunned him. Like, you know, with a cattle prod. It was like, that's a virtual cattle prod. You're right. Star Trek beats Star Wars. I'm not going to go that far. There are some things that I like about Star Trek. A lot of things I like about Star Wars. I'll print Star Wars bubble wands. I probably will not print Star Trek bubble wands. But Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Bears? What? Gummy bears? The Expanse beat them all? No. If you watch The Expanse, you get beaten. That's the truth. Like, I'm telling you, The Expanse is one sick joke. No, you just gotta get through Season 7, Episode 42. And it starts picking up, but, you know, it kind of lulled between Seasons 3 and 5. Except for that one episode in Season 4. I'm like... I've got way more important things to watch. Way more important things to do than to go, why am I watching this? Spaceballs. Now there's a winner. Oh, you prefer the OG Battlestar Galactica over the newer one. I have a couple of the Cylons figures. I thrifted them. And then I also got a what was it? A Daggett? Or was Daggett the name? Moffat? Was it Moffat? Muffet? Was the Daggett's name. And I got that figure too, thrifting. Just like, it was like, I was shopping. I'm like, oh my god, that's a vintage Battlestar Galactica thing. Pretty wild. The only other one I'd like to get vintage, if I could, if and when I find it, I don't know if I'm going to chase it down and buy it, but a Twiggy from Buck Rogers, that'd be kind of neat. Beep, beep, beep. Hot stuff, Buck. Beep, beep, beep. You know who voiced that that character, Twiggy? Mel Blanc, the same one who voiced Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny, and a lot of the characters from Looney Tunes back in the day. If you listen close, you're like, oh yeah, it's Mel Blanc. Beep, beep, beep. Hot stuff, Buck. Oh yeah, look at Loyal. Loyal is a glutton for punishment. Been binge watching The Expanse for a week, mostly just watching episode 1 over and over again and trying to figure out what it's about. Well, if you figure it out, Loyal, if you figure out The Expanse, keep it to yourself, because I just cannot summon up enough care. There's an episode I gave my all to. I give you know, a little bit of attention to every show. And if it does not hook me within the first 3 episodes, I'm usually bouncing. Usually. And I gave The Expanse, what, 6 or 7? And I'm just like, maybe I get it, and I just don't care. What's better, original Doctor Who or original Star Trek? I don't know. I never really got into either one of them, so... You have to say that guy came from a long way from running the Ponderosa Ranch from commanding a starship in outer space. Oh, wasn't that Apollo? Yeah? Not Starbuck? I only remember bits and pieces from childhood. The original Battlestar Galactica or Buck Rogers. I mean, you knew that, oh, the space, shoot 'em up, but I was never hooked on that kind of stuff. I don't know why. Just wasn't into it. I liked movies more than TV shows as a kid, and maybe it's because, or certain TV shows seemingly, maybe it's because of access. You know, what we were able to watch. It was easier back then to be able to watch one movie from beginning to end than it might have been to catch on to a series. Because remember, this is before the age of VCRs. Definitely before DVRs. So it was challenging. It wasn't easy. And you would miss a lot in between the episodes. You'd miss a lot of context. And so now that DVRs and binging is a thing, it's a lot more streamlined to start a show and be able to watch it all the way through. Oh, the old guy, Commander Adama. That's right. That's right. So say we all. Never got into Stargate beyond the movie. Cotton Candy Grapes. What are those? Those sound good. You did very good with your Doctor Who NFT today. Sold 250 NFT for $3,300. Dear God. I still don't understand. I mean, I understand it, but I'm like, Maybe I'll get to the point where, like, these live episodes can be NFT'd, then I get interested. You know, beyond that, I'm like, Think about it. Is that even a thing that could be possible? An NFT for a live stream? I know people are all into it for different reasons, but I don't know. I still feel a lot of it is a I wouldn't say gold rush, but it is surrounded by a lot of Ponzi schemers. Yeah, you can make me one? What? I wouldn't even know where to begin with all that crypto crap. Wouldn't even know. Wouldn't even know. Okay, so we've got a few. So it's going to be approximately. Each one of these is going to be approximately 75% taller than what you see there. So it's not going to be. There are not many layers. And it's a point. I think this is a 0.20 speed layer height, because it's like I don't need to worry about, you know, quality on this at all. It's just for speed. But it's working well. Not fly swatters. These are bubble wands. We were looking for bubble wands. Ah, yes. The bubble wand. The wand, oh, the bubble. Do-do-do. Yeah, for Earth Day, I should just print a tree. Actually, when is Earth Day? Oh, I can eject that. Eject, eject! I'm gonna eject. Eject, eject. Over there. Alright, I have backed those things up. I've backed up well, not everything, but in terms of migrating from one system to the next, I should be good. I can do this. I can put this over in common. Oh, Earth Day was today? Oh, shit. Shoot. Great. Well, pretend this is a tree. Time to add at the chat. Well, happy Earth Day, everybody. Apparently, I did not have that on my bingo card, so totally failed. Maybe I'll plant. Hang on. What is going on there? Why do we have a snot? There we go. Every day is Earth Day? That's true. We all still live here. Dang it. Yeah. We live on Earth. What the hell? Yeah. We live on Earth. Every day we live on Earth. Every day's an Earthling holiday. So I've got 4 of these. A Millennium Falcon, Darth Vader, a Stormtrooper, and then what's being printed there is an R2-D2. There's also a TIE Fighter, but I couldn't. I could have tried to fit it on here during the print, but I was afraid of kind of getting back into that corner. Had issues back there with adhesion. A week from tomorrow, Star Wars Land at Disneyland opens. Oh, cool, great, sweet. I've got someone who's going there, possibly looking for some stuff for me soon. Soon-ish. Dun, 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 dun. I guess I could and probably should mute this, huh? Alright, there you go. You will not be bothered by my phone notifications from here on in. At least during this broadcast, until it starts annoying me again. Whatever happened with the washer, is it fixed? It is not. We've got a clog, and Diana's worked through it, but it's not workable, necessarily. So, we're just going to replace it and kind of move on. So, instead of spending money on a repair, we're just going to put that money towards a new washer, which we ostensibly needed to do anyway. This one's getting on in years. It's getting up there. And so, it's time. It's time. Not going to lose any sleep over it. That's in the works. The good news is once it's done, theoretically. Get a top loader. See, I've heard different things about top loaders being better, being worse. I'm like, I don't know. We had a top loader when I was a kid. But yeah, I'm sure arguments could be made one reason or another. Called GE today, getting the fridge fixed soon. Oh, Big Endo. Yeah, our fridge pretty much, like last year, it was like, yeah, I'm done. And we got it repaired. It was fixed, minus some mess in and around the ice machine, basically. Hasn't, where the ice dispenses is a little messed up. So, that one's getting replaced in another week or so, too. So, you won't have the issue you're having with the front loader? Interesting. Well, it's kind of too late now. We already got it on order. And that was around for the longest time. Oh, you can reply to messages? Oh, you can. Sweet. Yeah, that's new in the channel. That's great. Honestly, we've been fine with this front loader for a decade plus. Cancel. Like I said, I'm sure there's arguments to be made either way. Although I think I get a discount on not a discount, but a rebate on it. Ah, yes, and front-load washers tend to use less water than standard top-load washers. So, yeah, I'm going to say it's a wash. What is this, my NFT? I don't even know what this is, dude. Marble cards. Collect the web. Marble is a way for anybody to show appreciation for a web page. Well, the web page is going to die by creating a unique frame for a link to that web page. It's like a meta game for the internet where you can create, battle, and trade unique bookmark cards based on URLs. What? Each card consists of two parts: a generative art frame and a circle where the open graph preview the marbled I'm already lost. With marble cards, people can amplify content like they like to generate attention and traffic towards the URL with that content. What? Yes, creators can encourage fans to create and collect stories around their content. Creators can sign cards and get positive visibility when fans show off their favorite card. What? I'm lost. I don't get it. I don't get it, New Future Tech. I don't get it. I don't get it. Look at that. You can now reply. That's awesome. I don't know if you can do it on mobile. Yeah, replies in line. You're right, Liz, because we've seen that feature in other channels, and I asked you, like, what does this mean? It's great for keeping track of chat. I don't know if it works well on mobile. But. Oh, Big Fan has had the replies? Interesting. I have not. I have not had them. I can tell you that much right now. I was never able to either. So Liz and I don't know. Maybe it was just us that weren't seeing the feature. It looks nice, too. No. Like, I don't think you understand, Big Fan. You can reply to someone, but there's a new feature where, like, you hover over it and you can click to reply. That's the difference. It's not that you can't. It's just that there's a new feature to click to reply, and you can't. It's different. It looks. I know what Liz is saying. I know exactly what she's saying, and she is right. Because now you can actually see full threads. Exactly. Now you can press on a message and it keeps a thread. So that's something that we didn't have before, making it a little easier to keep track of those conversations. Actually, keep talking, keep replying, because I'm going to see if these things show up in chat. Reconnecting to chat. All right, connect to chat. Come on. Would it help if I got out and pushed? Come on. Let's do this. I'm waiting to connect to chat here. Hide chat replies. Hides the check to reply button in chat. This is a setting in BTTV. Oh, well, we didn't have that setting. Like, I didn't change anything. Liz didn't change anything. Suddenly the feature shows up. It's not something that we did. It was in other channels, but not this one. Unless it did not roll out for moderators and channel owners. There we go. Okay, welcome to Chris Perillo's chat room. Yes. Yes. Okay. Nope. Oh, interesting. So when you reply, it threads on the desktop, but on mobile, it doesn't. Okay, interesting. So definitely not. It's definitely not fly swatters. Everyone thinks it's fly. Why would I 3D print a fly swatter? Whack. Like, it would break. Yeah, it's just a feature that's slowly coming to everyone on Twitch. Exactly. That's what we're saying, is that it finally got toggled for us. These are bubble wands. Theoretically. We won't be able to try them until we get a better bubble solution. I gotta keep an eye out for them on sale here. And then I got a new BB-8 bubble blower thingy. Because the old one just stopped working. I mean, it's fine. The electronics work. Like, it still kind of lights up and glows, but the bubbles don't shoot out. So we're gonna pass it on to somebody else. Ooh, crap. I just noticed that. Like, down here, look at that line. It's not... That's where the issue came in. Well, it's recovering, or it has already seemingly recovered. I'm not sure if that's gonna trip up anything else, but interesting. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about it right now, but I just noticed that corner. There's sticks to wash clothes by hand. They make those too. Well, not sticks, but like little plunger thingies. I hope this works. Well, let me put it this way. If we hit any snags, I hope they're minor. Because this is about 36%. These are not going to be very big. Loyal Moses was in chat. He is in chat. Wait, who? The ad is covering the chat? Oh. Yeah, no, it's because there was no choice there. Oops, sorry about that. Someone added the chat, so now the chat has been unattated. Back in the day, we used to spank youngins with those when they made trouble. Oh, yeah, no, that would break, dude. These things are not made for, like... Anything I've printed has not been made necessarily for a lot of heavy anything. I mean, this might, stand up the test of time, survive a couple of drops, but those would be incredibly fragile. Thank you for following GB Links 89. Links, one of the best web browsers of all time. Furmeister says, I literally can't watch the stream. It's constantly buffering. No encoder options. My internet is fine. Thanks, Twitch. Yeah, sorry, Furmeister. Sorry to hear that. Krillin64, what color are we changing those lights to? Color blue? Is that a blue? Yeah. Okay. That's a green. There we go. That's a blue. There's your blue. I'm your boy, Blue. Wait, you're my boy, Blue. You're my boy. Done, done, and done. Wish we could test it. Can you change the LEDs above your computer monitors? Right now they are just red. No, it's just based. They cycle through on time. New Future Tech 3D. Indeed, can't beat the console. Oh, the Atari Lynx. Fair enough. I was thinking Lynx the web browser, which I'm sure none of you remember. Didn't have a Lynx. I had a Game Boy. Had a Game Gear. Had a PSP. Oh, the terminal console, yes. Okay, I thought you meant like the Atari Lynx. Okay, never mind. We're back on the Lynx web browser again. That's funny. I think you can still install it on modern operating systems too. Lynx, I think, is still going. Not that you'd want to use it, but I remember very clearly Lynx. Bathroom will be finished tomorrow. Oh man. That's a nice feeling. When something's done. When it's in between, I'm not a fan. But when it's done, I'm a fan. Here's a real swatter. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, but you wouldn't want to use PLA for that. That's for sure. Loyal is watching the stream in Lynx. That's not the kind of Lynx, though. We're talking like Netscape days and Mosaic days. You did? Kills Wasp? Wow. We've got fly swatters, so I'm not worried about those. I'm worried about these large flies that I've seen flying around, because like where there are large flies, there are large spiders. Lynx 2 modern terminal browser? Oh, that's not as much fun. I like the spelling of Lynx. My stream is all represented in ASCII. There was a long time ago, there's probably a plugin for OBS, but a long time ago in Cam Twist on the Mac, Cam Twist had an ASCII filter. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. Oh my god, is it still kicking? Oh, I doubt it, because there's still HTTP. Wow. Turn your Mac into a television studio. Wow. Cam Twist for free. Yeah, 2013 was the last post. Wow. So yeah, it hasn't been updated in years, but there used to be, I used to use this on my Mac in the live stream days, and they were like built-in effects. ASCII art was one of the effects. So check this out, Loyal. Give me a second. There actually were ASCII art effects. ASCII effects webcam. See what I can find. ASCII cam, Microsoft Store. How to generate ASCII art photo with webcam. ASCII camera. Allow the web page to access your camera. Start. Oh, whoa! Okay, here you go, Loyal. You just give me a second. You could check your Twitter in a second. Oh, crap. Alright, Loyal. I'm gonna tweet you, buddy. There you go, Loyal Moses. Tweeting you now. That's cool. Aspect ratio is a little weird, but it works. ASCII camera. Duty. Okay, there's that. I saw something about the word game. Guess it's been a while, huh? Can I still buy the binary clocks? Cannot. The binary clocks cannot be purchased. To my knowledge. Maybe someone is, like, redoing them. So I used, just so you know, Loyal Moses. Here, you can do the same dang thing. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh, there are tick clocks online, so you can get them? Okay, good to know. I can, theoretically, open up a fart. Oh. Options. Copy link. Is this going to work? No, it is not. So, I actually have to go in and do this. And then this. Just like that. Nope. Bubble wands. Good luck, everyone. Good luck. That's a train. That's a monorail. Monorail. That's a subway? Looks more like a monorail to me. Hand, thumb, palm, ice cream maker. Hat. Willow hood. Space capsule. Gun. Holster. Draw. Cowboy. High noon. Cat. Mountain. Hand. Fingers. Thumb. Cat. Evil cat. Black cat. Halloween. Treadmill. Peloton. Sheriff. Uzi. Machine gun. Semi-automatic. The law. Lawman. Jockey. Horse racing. See, I told you. Leopard. Jalapeno. Hot sauce. I keep telling you, I'm giving this stuff away. That's a zombie up there, isn't it? Is that a centrifuge? Thumb. Thumbnail. Hand. I'm going to have to jump in and start playing the next level here because I gave away like 4 of them. Okay. Here we go. Y'all get some rewards. Continuing now. Alright, now watch me suck. Did I spell it right? Oh man, I went too far. Dang it. Oh man. Isn't that... There we go. Yeah. See, like I said, I think I have to join the game in order to propel us a little further. And I'm not seeing him ahead of time. Complimentary metal oxide semiconductor. Oh, Loyal, you and your words. Oh, look who got a dictionary today. Look who's Mr. Thesaurus. Alright, now I'm going into serious mode here. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? I don't know what the hell anything is. That's a... Woo! Dang it. Y'all are beating me by seconds. By seconds y'all are beating me. What the... Dude's got a nipple. Nipple dude. What is that? I can't spell. Ah, yeah. Come on. Alright, we got 10. See, we almost didn't make it, man. We almost didn't make it, and that's why I have to join in on these things. Alright. This one's gonna be a hard level then. We hardly made it last time. Hairy butt. What the hell is that? What the hell's that thing in the damn middle? Ow. Almost. One more. Come on. We got to get one more, people. There we go. What the... Well, we've cleared one space, seemingly. Alright, there we go. That's that level. Alright, what level are we on now? There we go. We can do this. We can do it. Do it. Some of these people are getting way too fancy with their art. Oh, come on, man. We're not doing well. We are really not doing well. Shoot. We pooched it. Like I said, this is gonna get harder and harder and harder. How did we do here? Woo, looks like everyone tied for first. Very good. So close. So friggin' close. Who draws? Yeah, that is my question too. Who draws these things? How's that top one not garbage? I know. I was going trash can, garbage can. Yeah, Big Indo. Sometimes we do that. We haven't done it every day. It's been a couple days since we've done it, but Setsukan asks, do we also play words on stream or marbles? I haven't tried marbles yet, but we did do words on stream, yes. I don't do it constantly, but people do really well with Gartic and words. I haven't done marbles yet. Grouch's house? Yeah, exactly. Chris, you do see them before us. No, I don't. Because I don't watch my preview stream. When I play, I make sure I look specifically at the live stream, so I'm seeing it at the same time. I don't cheat. That's not cool. I have to wait. Just like you, because otherwise that would be a very unfair advantage. Marbles on stream is legit. Free on Steam. Oh, interesting. I don't have Steam installed on the machine yet. Didn't necessarily plan on it. Everything I do for these games is typically in the browser. I'm an English major and also talk a lot. Yeah, this is true. This is true. We're at 50%, so they'll be approximately half as thick as what you see here. Theoretically, they'll work, but even if they don't, they'll look awesome. A drowsing stick. It's a bubble wand. I've never had more people guess incorrectly. I like doing that. I like throwing people off. Oh, RC Maniac. I've come to understand. I owe you a big thanks. I heard that you did a donation to the stream last night. The one we rated. So thank you for that. I was talking to Liz and she said, "Oh, RC Maniac just did a donation for the charity stream." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." Chi-Town Deke, they're not Star Wars fly swatters. Someone's probably got it on macro at this point. They are bubble wands. So you dip them in the bubble sauce and then, blow or, whap them around. Always love a good donation stream. Yeah, I haven't done one yet, and I know I need to. I haven't done it. Haven't done it. Wouldn't be prudent at this juncture. Oh man. Whew. There's one hell of a yawn. Don't know where the hell they're coming from. Oh, deviously mango emotes poll. Are those? Yeah. Pretty funny poll. Poll. Start prediction. Is Chris printing fly swatters? No. Yes. Okay, let's just see. Let's just see what happens. I'll give you all 5 minutes. I'm gonna do a prediction. Am I printing fly swatters? This is kind of unfair for the people that have been here. It's kind of unfair. Kind of. But there you go. We've got a prediction. Am I printing fly swatters? This is an easy way for you to win some points. Some popcorn, if you will. Really easy way. Very, very, very easy way. Oh my god. Oh my god, y'all, are you serious? Are you serious right now? Are you serious? Y'all. Are you serious right now? Okay, okay. Yeah. Well, they are printing. Oh, interesting. Sorry, I was looking to see where they were actually beaming through, so it is going all the way through. I do want to test them, but that will have to wait. Y'all think they're fly swat? It's the prediction. You got 5 minutes. So 167.4 channel points to 50. 167,000 channel points are being put up. That's incredible. The odds are, let's see here, 1 to 1. I figured this would be easy. This is a given. I figured, you know, I'll just make this prediction because there's no way. Oh, ye of little faiths. We're over half through at this time. Just about an hour left to go. The countdown timer is pretty much in synchronization largely with the printer. Have not run into any errors since swapping the. Not that I was running into them all that often, but since swapping to a new USB stick, it's been fine. Hopefully, it'll remain fine. Sorry, I just realized I've got an itchy elbow. Hi. Is that hair? Am I breaking out? You hope it was the issue. Billabongs, I appreciate the lead. Having swapped it and having done the same, basically, I resliced, but it was the same print. This leads me to believe that that was the case. Got a couple minutes left in the poll. Not poll, sorry. Prediction. Is Chris printing fly swatters? The question on everybody's mind. Literally, everybody's. Everybody's mind. Every single person's mind. Well, this will answer the question definitively, won't it? Hope you get the answer right. Hope it works out for you. You got it right with 1K on no. Wow, it's now 99% to 1%. With less than a minute to go. Oh boy. Some of you are going to be happy, others not so much. This really surprises me. Alright, the outcome is no. Chris is not printing fly swatters. They are bubble ones. Ooh, you were looking for the answer. Bubble wands. So, wow. 172,000 go to restarted and 14 others. So how much did y'all get? Rigged. Yeah, rigged in the sense that I kept telling everybody over and over and over again. Big upset. You made 11 more than the 1K you put on it? Oh, it's not bad. That's better. It's better than nothing. Yes, you did get here late. Fair enough, Deeply Mango. Fair enough, you did get here late. It's just funny because like what was funny is like you could tell when someone popped in because they would ask if it was fly swatter. So that was funny to do a little promotion or a little prediction for the pretend points. I hope no one's upset. If you're upset, breathe. This is not the end of the world. It's almost the end of the spool, though, I tell you. Not sure which color I'm going to go to next, but I'm thinking there's one other thing I want to print. At least one or two other things I want to print in white. You made 132? That's because a lot of people said no. That's the reason why. If you were on the side that did not have a lot of people going for it, and that side won, then the odds would have been great for you. Hang on. 4 days ago, completed raiding party. What? I raid 100 times with 2 or more raiders. Oh, I got a new I mean, it's not a big deal. Accomplishment on Twitch. Raiding party. And the next accomplishment it looks like I'll get is the Empire business. Streaming 500 hours total. I'm at 449 right now. We've got to get 100 people chatting at the same time to unlock additional VIP badges. Right now the record is 51. Which isn't bad. But it's going to take a long time, I think, to get all the accomplishments or achievements that Twitch gives out. It's going to take a long time. Marathon, yeah. It's pretty much what it takes. You gotta do it for a long time. But I'll wait. I'm not in any rush. It's been a slow build. It's been a slow burn. Badges of honor, kind of is. What's my most enjoyable print so far? Asks Setsukun. I don't know. I mean, there's so many really good ones, so many fun ones. I don't know. I'm having fun trying different things. So I honestly, I'd say my favorite print is always the most recent thing I printed. And I know that sounds a little weird, but like, oh yeah, this is really cool. I did that. I did a little Jedi cup, and then when people cheer, I go, thank you for the bits, right? So those are, they're favorite, but for different reasons. Hang on. Thought I heard Diana. Give me a second. I think she said that she wanted to come. Let me just verify. Diana? I thought I heard in front of the room. Hang on. Diana? Diana? Yeah, you can. I mean, then we can just because this is the only one I'm doing here because I've got another one staged for tomorrow. That'll be good. No, I got a bit to go. So I'm just saying, like, it's not gonna be an open window forever. But like, when are you thinking? Well, I'm saying I'm not gonna stay up all night just because Dinah says she's gonna come, and then it's like midnight. And you're like, she's still not there. I waited around for Diana, she didn't come. Yeah. I still don't have an answer. Yes.
I want you to want me to come.
Oh my God. I want you to want to do the dishes. Who wants to do the dishes? I want you to want to do the dishes. Who wants to do the dishes? What? Yeah, pretty much. Actually, I just increased by 20 viewers in walking away, so. What does that tell you? Yeah, like popcorn and then. New game, dishes on stream. Yeah, no doubt. What's the thing you want to print but haven't found the STL file? I'm not sure. I've generally been able to find something suitable for just about anything that I thought, oh, that'd be kind of cool. Outright. I'm sure there's a lot of things that I just haven't discovered yet. Whew. What I need to do is 3D print more time. What I need to do is 3D print the ability to sleep and well, actually no, I guess I didn't get up early today. Now that I think about it, I got up early yesterday, so I probably I slept in a little later today. Or, you know, it's like on nights like these, I had no idea I wanted to print bubble wands until like I went searching for just some random stuff, and then this pops up and I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. I should print. I'm not. You'd like a 1-to-1 3D print of Spaceball 1? Oh yes, I did that one. Not Spaceball 1. I did the Winnebago, the Lone Star ship. But I have not done Spaceball 1. That's a. I think even at scale, like proportionally, it would still be very large, like incredibly large, like way too dang large. I'm not even sure where the hell you'd put that. Like, where would you put that? Like, if you printed it, like, where would it go? Hang on just a second, people. Just trying to get it a little adjusted there. How to 3D printing an Ewok? Maybe when I get the brown filament in there. There's a couple more things I want to do in gold. I love gold. Gold and Ewok might be kind of fun, though. These will probably get this. It won't surprise me if one of these things or both of them get broken though, because this just does not seem like they would be very sturdy with that long stick. Good for a a child's hand, but I just know how things get thrown around and beaten around. Pardon, especially around here. Oh, an Ewok fly swatter. Well, these are just, these were pre-designed. I was like, oh yeah, these are suitable. These are fine. I should 3D print a new clothes washer? That's kind of where I you know, it's like with action figures. I kind of yield to the experts. Like I'm not trying to replace anything and everything. Like even if I could, I don't know if I would because I'm not interested in the process. It's kind of like, could Diana potentially repair it by continuing to fiddle and with the hose, etc. And the answer is yes, she probably could get it done, but the problem is in doing that, you know, you could make matters worse, and then you'd make a repair even more expensive. So that, you know, it's at that point now with so many things that you just have to think, like, is it worth repairing something depending on the cost, or is it easier to replace? Like, okay, there's a microwave that we're looking at, $200, right? $200, and you know, we're still using the microwave that we got when we moved in, right? So we're not, it's fine, nothing's broken, we're just trying to stay ahead of it, you know, and it's old, so it's got a lot of smells in it. It's not so much the expense, it's like, if the microwave broke, I would not bother to pay to repair it. I just wouldn't. Like, it's so cheap to get a new one. Like, just get rid of it, get a new one, right? So, a washer dryer, you know, if it depends on how long, it depends on how many problems it's given over time. Like, is the repair $500 or is a new one $1,000, right? And at that point, you're like, well, wait a minute, you're repairing. Why are we holding on to this? If there's a newer one, a better one, you know, you're paying maybe a little bit more, but you've got new. And new sometimes isn't better either, right? You might replace something, and some things might be better, but some things may not be as good as they were before. I have my Tech TV money. No, that would have run out a long time ago. Yeah, that wasn't as... A lot of people have an idea of what things are, but they are not that. Moreover, I tend to, you know, when it comes to that kind of stuff, play it conservatively. Like, we have not done much with that stuff for years, so like it's basically like pent up. We just, you know, and with any luck, it will be another 10 years before we have to even think about it again. That's kind of the goal, like another 8 to 10 years, and then we'll think about it. Ooh. Who said I was broke? I didn't say I was broke. That doesn't mean that I'm just gonna go out and spend things, you know, or spend money willy-nilly for no reason. $67%. I'm inclined to give Jedi the hold on to the Darth Vader one and give Jedi the other three, because, like I said, I have a feeling these things are gonna break. No, I have something in my eye. Can I not itch my eye? I'm fine. Hey, isn't that your hoodie?
Yeah.
Okay. I got nothing to say. I was just replying to people. Yeah, I'm tired. I don't know why. Spring. Spring takes it out of me, I guess. I don't think it's allergies, it's just spring. It's not autumn when I get re-energized. Like, yes, it's gonna rain. Now I got, yeah, I have a hot to look forward to right now. Like, oh. Oh, so you didn't go to the beach?
No, we went to the Highlands.
Oh.
Yesterday was.
Hang on, I gotta check the temper. So yeah, I guess it is 60. Then 10 days. Oh yeah, it's like
Back to winter.
yeah, back to it looked rainy and overcast for the next indefinite. Which is fine by me. The longer we have that, happier I am. Was I able to set up that model? Squirrel Master, not yet. I haven't done it yet, but I found another model that may work out a little better. Because my intention for that, the comlink, is to give it to Jedi. So I'm going to probably do that tomorrow and I've already sliced it to change colors at certain layers, because instead of coloring it, I'm going to go white, black, white and use the Galaxy Black that I have out. And then potentially like paint the grill on top like a silver color. So yeah, I'm hoping Jedi I'll get a kick out of it. She'll have her own little comm link. Mark has been around for a long time, if he still remembers my mailing list. It's still around, I just don't mail out all that often, because quite honestly, it just doesn't have that much of an impact. The Jedi caused their own downfall, or did they? A topic for debate. They did. Hubris. That's pretty much canon. They were not paying attention. I mean, granted, outside forces kind of pulled on them. I don't think it was just their fault alone. I think that, you know, their hubris combined with external factors, like someone with nefarious intent, political machinations, effectively drove them the direction they went. So that just does not surprise me. You were around for the radio show? That's a long time ago, too. Not as old as the newsletter. The newsletter's the thing that started it all. Back in the day. What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? Wait a minute. Okay. It's not bad. Not say, why do I talk if I got nothing to say? Concerning? Yes. What do you mean you can't get me to stop? I stop talking all the time. Hey, make up your mind. You want me to talk? You don't want me to talk. Yoda is a tyrant, according to CNEP76. His explicit biases and inability to accept alternative opinions eventually led to the downfall of the Republic. For someone wise and powerful, he can't seem to sense Palpatine. He might as well be the opposite side of the same coin. As much as Yoda seems to detest dictatorship, he rules the Jedi Council like one, and only Anakin is willing to stand up to him, and that turned out so well. Yeah, you know, it's a fair perspective to have. You know, Yoda was wise, and he kept his own counsel, so to speak. Hello, what's up? Hey, what's up? Yeah? What do you got? What is that? Yeah, definitely not. No, we're not putting on makeup. Okay. Does mommy know? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Too young for that. Welcome back to 2012. What happened in 2012? Sorry, I was thrown off, like, because I have no idea what the hell that was. What the hell that was? Like, Jedi just appears. Diana's making popcorn, then she says she's gonna come up, but I'm telling you, Jedi's gonna pull her another direction. Mark my words. This is what happens every single time. Cine Up continues. Yoda hides important truths that ultimately lead to people getting hurt, and no one ever seems to call him out on it. He continually dismisses the subjects that don't fall in line with his idea of how the Jedi should operate, and Anakin probably isn't the first Jedi to get tired of his mind games. Yoda policing his constituents' every move has likely caused more than one Jedi to seek out the Sith. Are you like writing this, or is it? Are you actually? Are you copying and pasting? I'm curious, Cine Up. Because I'm like, that seems like a pretty well thought out posit. Oh yeah, copying and pasting. That's what I thought. I'm like, wait a minute. Something wasn't necessarily adding up. I'm like, well, it sounds pretty peculiar there. Interesting article. Yeah, I mean, but then again, Star Wars was always, I mean, truth is relative, yes, but Star Wars was always from a certain point of view, right? Even, you know, Obi-Wan in Return of the Jedi, well, it is, you know, he was telling the truth from a certain point of view. And that's true. Truth is relative, right? From a certain point of view. And those types of experiences and perspectives are strewn throughout Star Wars, like movies, books, comics, etc. It's a matter of perspective. I think ultimately Yoda was attempting to serve the galaxy for all the right reasons. But inevitably, in a leadership position, you've got to make certain decisions, and you've got to decide when to guide and when to let people kind of learn for themselves, while kind of you know, being there but not being there at the same time. It's a balance. I would not call Yoda a dictator, though, just because he knows what the hell he's doing and he leads does not mean he's a dictator. He had, you know, support. He had a generally good, centered, moral compass, and I think could quote-unquote recognize wrong from right. Even though that's relative, right? It's a matter of that being a certain point of view. And that's not something that necessarily happens when you've got someone who has amassed that much power, political power, like Yoda had over time. That's not easily attained, but very easily lost. So he has the trust of his peers. He has the experience, having accrued it with you know, living hundreds and hundreds of years, and I don't think Yoda's necessarily one to have initiated a power grab. So I see the argument being made that, you know, Yoda was actually the bad one. Like, I think those who are quote unquote good are not infallible. And that's the thing I think we sometimes forget with hero worship, which kind of bugs me. Like, people get this idea that, you know, celebrities are larger than life. They may have more notoriety, but that does not mean that they're any more or less human than we are. And I guess Yoda could kind of fall into that category of not being infallible and having an immense amount of responsibility to be the guardians of peace and justice in the galaxy and basically lead that. That's no small feat, and I don't think he could have done his job effectively if there were nefarious reasons underscoring. Yeah, what's up with what was happening?
They want to do my makeup, but I told them I was going to stream.
Yeah, well, Jedi's got it on. Confident, unless she wiped it off.
Makeup as in like...
Yeah, makeup, yeah. Yeah. I didn't see any on her face, but I didn't look that close, but it's very clear she's wearing lipstick. So you need to keep an eye on them, because I can't right now. And okay, I'm just saying they need to get away from the bedroom.
They are.
Okay, were they? Because where did she grab the...
They are downstairs.
Okay. Okay.
The only reason I went downstairs was that
Diane, I'm not saying you didn't. I'm just saying, like, the next Jedi comes running in here, and then she's got it in her hand. I'm like,
we were doing great until you walked in.
but I only walked in because you came in here earlier saying something, so I had to find out. I couldn't wait for you to text back. Yeah, I did, but not about, asking where you were, because you told me where you were going. Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm gonna
Right. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, it's not that I walked in there because, I have nothing better to do. What's going on in here?
sound like it.
Well, dirt, bird.
That's exactly how I see you.
Her dirt, 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 dirt.
In my head.
Burn the bird, dirt, 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 dirt.
Why are you just like avoiding?
I told you, man, I'm tired. I'm still Chris, just tired.
No, I just didn't know what to say, so I said I'm Chris.
Oh, right.
What else did you say? Oh, what? Oh, is Chris Perla flying swatter?
No, is Chris printing fly swatters? People kept asking.
Fly swatter.
They'd come in, so I made a prediction.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So I made a prediction.
I
And then,
didn't think of that.
yeah, like people were like, "Oh, you're making fly swatters?" No, I'm not making. They're bubble ones. Cenia asks, "Oh, thank you. No more 3 for the stretch. What's my opinion? The right? Okay, the right order. Well, remember we got all that, the seasonings and stuff. Okay, what's your opinion? The right order to watch Star Wars in? If you are rewatching them from episode 1 and go in order of episode numbers. If you haven't seen any Star Wars movies, then watch them in the order they were released. Yes, pretty much. I agree. I don't think there's a wrong way. There's a lot of right ways. Like, I honestly, I think it depends on the person. I think it largely depends, right? If that person has, let's say, enjoyed anime series, then I might not even start them off on the movies. I might say, okay, start watching the Clone Wars. And from there, maybe there is someone out there who said, well, don't start with any of the movies. Start with the Clone Wars. That, honestly, could be just as interesting as starting them on episode 4. Because just think about that. The Clone Wars series has, a variety of characters that, we would eventually know, right? Some that we wouldn't. But if you start them on if you start them on the Clone Wars, they get to know Anakin, they get to know Obi-Wan, they get to know, yes, Ahsoka, but they get to know Yoda. They get to know certain characters that may not come about until later. But if they start with the Clone Wars, watch the Clone Wars, maybe watch the Bad Batch, then episode 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. What do you think? Or the Clone Wars, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, Rebels, The Mandalorian, 7, 8, 9. What about that? So I think that's just as reasonable a way to kind of start. Hang on, someone's crying. I had nothing to do with it. I swear, I had nothing to do with Jedi crying. I'm sure I'll get blamed. Ugh. I'm used to that, though. Like, I can't be responsible for everything. Okay, the top of the paddles are coming in here. It's pretty close. It's not bad. What the hell? Do you hear, like, panting? This house is not that big, child. You're not a dog. I bet you anything these things suck. I wonder if they got tested. You know, for actual efficacy. The Vader one looks like it would work best, but the other ones just don't look like... They don't look like much, but... I've got something at 9 o'clock too, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be wrapped up by then. What's this? Body hole? I was checking. Squirrel had sent something. You still don't know why everyone poo-pooed Solo Star Wars story? You know, that Dewey 1984, I'm not going to print anything else tonight. This is it for tonight. Diana's coming, theoretically, with the popcorn, but there is something that I've got a little on the calendar that I kind of have to pay attention to. But I do have what I believe will be tomorrow's print ready to go. Kind of excited for it. Big Endo, thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping by. Yes, I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Got the next one planned, but it's just not going to be tonight. Tonight is just going to be this. We're not even going to be able to test this until I get some kind of bubble solution, probably tomorrow, if I remember. Gotta leave notes for myself. Tasks. Yeah, so Solo, you know, initially I didn't... I'm not going to say I didn't want to like it, but I figured it would be very difficult for me to accept it. And it wasn't. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. And I don't mean accept it because, oh, Harrison Ford's Han Solo. But I looked past that. And I'm not sure I still see Alden Ehrenreich as a young Han Solo. I don't. But he did a good job. The movie was good. The characters were good. Everything about Solo was great. I enjoyed Solo far more than I enjoyed Rogue One. So, in my estimation, those Star Wars stories, independent, you know, those films, the idea was right, but those easily could have, and should have been series, as in on TV. They should have been on, but Disney Plus didn't exist. Now that it exists, a lot of those efforts will be floating that direction, which totally makes sense. Where would I stick Solo in the order to watch? That's a little funky. I'd say after Return of the Jedi, and I know that sounds really weird. After Return of the Jedi, before The Mandalorian, or possibly after The Mandalorian, when that wraps. You'd do before A New Hope? Yeah, I guess chronologically speaking it would make sense, but I don't know. I just feel like you need to establish Han Solo's character to better understand where he came from. I'm happy it's flying along. 82%. So just a couple of layers, really, left to go. One or two. Star Wars putting jokes into the movies. You know, it doesn't bother me. Yeah, there's different ways of watching. There's no right or wrong way, ultimately. Rogue One last scene basically sets up first scene in New Hope. Those should stick together. Yeah, I agree, but I still feel Rogue One missed the mark in so many ways because of a lack of character development. So my hope would have been a precursor to Rogue One instead of it being just Andor, the Cassian Andor series, which I'm very interested in, if only to better help me appreciate Rogue One in ways that I can't right now because of the lack of character development. I would have appreciated backstory on Andor, K2SO, as well as Baze Malbus and Chirrut Imwe, Saw Gerrera, and maybe Bodhi Rook, Galen Erso, certainly Jin. I mean, like, any of the characters, the main characters in Rogue One, I think could have been way better served with an extended TV series. So, that's me. Thank you for following XVLSO. Can I paint a toothpaste holding 57 ends? I can. Actually, I can. You know, I'm not going to, but it's possible. Rogue One grew on you? Yeah, I'm still not sure. I'm still not sure. I will give Rogue One another go after the Cassian and Andor series. I mean, I've watched it in between, certainly, but I'll give it another go after the Cassian Andor series, certainly. But yeah, I've got a lot of high hopes for that because of Rogue One. It would just it would have been so much better served as a longer story. What I would have loved actually is this. Like, maybe it wasn't called Rogue One, but maybe this era, right? Almost like Rebels, right? It was staging the scene leading up to A New Hope, but it was longer. It was a longer period of time. And imagine them doing all this back building with characters that knew each other, whatever, and then it builds up to this movie, this film. And that will be, I think, a very interesting route for Lucasfilm or Disney to take with the experimentation that they are doing, specifically with the shows on Disney Plus. Like, if they do a series, they do a full series, like it's like, let's say it's 5 seasons long, right? And everyone loves it, right? Then it leads up to a movie. Like, I could see that happening with The Mandalorian. I could absolutely see that happening. And they may not call the film The Mandalorian, but they would call it something. Star Wars, Legends of the Lost Jedi or something. Something wacky or whatever. But imagine that film, kind of like Firefly and Serenity worked. Like, you had all these characters and the character development from the series that everyone loves, leading up to a feature film. And I think that would be a very good formula. I feel that would be a new formula, new ground for Disney in that respect. But I think incredibly worth taking a risk on. Granted, I'm not Lucasfilm, so I can't talk about risks with any degree of gravitas, because I gotta say, ain't my money. I'm just saying that I think that would work out really well. I would also like to see them pursue an Enfys Nest series, because I thought that was more that I wanted to hear about. I would like to see them pursue a Knights of Ren series. So many things to explore, so many possibilities of these smaller characters that, if we get to know them, make everything else in the universe that much stronger. So yeah, I'm very I'm satisfied with what's happened so far, but my feeling is that it's going to get better. Well, it needs to. There needs to be more. Star Wars needs to be a perennial brand. Everywhere they have Spider-Man needs to be a Grogu. Everywhere they have Paw Patrol, there needs to be a Grogu. Everywhere they have Captain America and the superheroes and Superman, there needs to be a friggin' Grogu. I'm telling you, dude. Oh, it would work so well. Grogu is the best thing to happen to Star Wars in recent years. The Mandalorian. I would go as far as to say I think The Mandalorian has done more for Star Wars than the sequel trilogy. And I don't mean in terms of dollars, because obviously that doesn't make any sense. But The Mandalorian has definitely rekindled a lot of attention and brought some value. And if you think of anything that they've marketed in Star Wars, in certainly over the past year, it's largely been Grogu. Not just because of pent-up demand, but because that's a character that kids they're recognizing as a part of, like, oh, this is a show that I watch, and this is Baby Yoda, and I like Baby Yoda, and Baby Yoda's cute. So The Mandalorian, I feel, faced far less vitriol from fans. It pulled people who had no idea what Star Wars was into the fandom. I find myself not able to complain that loudly about everything that's happened. Would I do things differently? Sure. But you would who wouldn't? Like, it's just that's the nature of the beast. It's just like with Yoda. We're talking about Yoda, right? And like the decisions he made and the mistakes that he made. I'm like, well, it's easy to sit there and be an armchair quarterback and say, well, if it were me, that's what I always laugh when people say, well, if I was in charge of Apple, I would do blah, 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 blah. Well, if I was in charge of Microsoft, I would blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's nuanced, dude. Like, it's not cut and dry. This isn't as simple as saying, this is what I would do. Well, you might have these are the things that I would like to do. These are the efforts that I would catalyze and prioritize. And yeah, let me tell you, if I were, if I were given the opportunity, would I recatalyze new design efforts at Microsoft and at Apple? Yes, for different reasons, but yes. I don't have the power. I'm not a designer. I can just appreciate really good design, and there's even been scuttlebutt suggesting. I'm a little disappointed with the rumor, basically saying that the next iPad OS is just going to be iterative, and I'm like, well, there's another year. But down the line, now that the Mac and an iPad are using the same processor, you gotta think that it would be far more efficient to optimize both platforms to maybe not run the same visual experience, but basically running extremely similarly, with extreme similarity, looking more like each other, but running far more efficiently. And so I don't know, not privy to insider information. Also kind of makes you wonder if the next iPhone is going to have an M1 chip. Not joking. Could you imagine that? Like, across their whole line, like, oh man, that's yikes, dog. That's power. That's big power. well, with great power comes great responsibility. I can't talk about that much. It's competition, but, you know. You redeem points for an ad and play it, please. Hey, calm down, Weather Gone Wild. I'll get you. It's a minute ago, man. Take it easy. You liked in Mandalorian as well that the technology was there to do justice to IG-11 in the aspect of how he moves and acts. Yes, that to me is a droid, not C-3PO. Funny, the flip side, I think aliens not all are better not being digital. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, The Mandalorian's a show that I could rewatch or have going on in the background and just kind of dip in and out of it. But yeah, there was some good stuff in there. But mind you, I don't watch Star Wars movies all the time. When they're on, I watch them, right? But I don't necessarily chase them down. There's so much. Like last night, I started watching the morning show on Apple TV because I'm like, it's there, and people were talking about, like, let me look, you know. So I watched the first episode. I'm like, okay, I can watch this. I'm not sure if there's going to be the morning show season 2 necessarily, but I'm like, all right, I kind of like where this is going. So you know, another new show. So I'm careening from show to show to show to show. Like there's never a dull moment here. There's always something going on. Always, always, always. You know, yeah, I'm not gonna. Even in wanting to rewatch my favorites, like I said, I'd probably turn on the Mandalorian or the Clone Wars or the Ewoks cartoon or something like G.I. Joe, something in my when I'm here. Concentrating what I need to concentrate on, or it's just background noise. That's kind of how I run that stuff in the background. Oh, the morning show is coming back for season 2. That's good to know. Because Apple TV would, if I like that show, Apple TV would then have 3 shows that I enjoy. And I don't know if there are any others that people have necessarily talked about a lot. Ted Lasso, everyone was talking about. For All Mankind, I'm surprised more people aren't talking about it, because it's good. And then the morning show, people said that they liked it, so I'm giving it a shot, and first episode had me hooked. I'm like, okay, I could do this. Oh, the morning show was good the first few episodes, then it got boring towards the end of the first season. Oh, that's not good. I didn't need to hear that. I hate when that happens. There's times that it's a series I'm like, oh, this is great, and then I get in and I'm like, oh man, I'm checking the time halfway through, like, oh man. I need to watch Space Force. I did. It was a little weird, a little repetitive. Definitely not for everybody, but it was fine. I'll say that. It was fine. Apple picked up a series about the host of The Gong Show, who said being on The Gong Show with a cover because he was actually a spy. That's kind of funny. If that turned out to be true, that'd be really funny. That'd be really funny, dude. Truth is stranger than fiction sometimes. We're at 91%, so I think this might be the last paddle that it's on. Indeed, these turned out not to be very thick. Yeah, I think it's just filling in. Because I can't imagine it doing another round at 91%. That would just take too long. Hang on just a second. Dun, 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 dun. And like I said, Diana was going to get pulled another direction. I don't fault her. It's the nature of having a kid, and that's her priority, so it's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. 11 minutes. Oh. Okay, I guess it is going back. What the hell's it got to do in the next 11 minutes? Certainly not another whole layer. Just finishing touches, I guess? Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, Diana must be listening. No, she's not coming. She's not. She's just saying that. I'm not complaining. Like I said, I got in another 36 minutes. I gotta try to pay attention to another thing. Some things will never change. Dang it, dude. We don't have a... Do I have a... I probably need to do something else too, don't I? Shoot. Oh, come on. Really? Well, Diana will be here soon. Oh, okay. Okay, that's a bit long. Do I have... I do. Okay, great. Sorry, I'm getting ready. There's gonna be a Gentle Giant Darth Vader exclusive Big Fig, basically. And I have I've been wanting to... One card, don't I? I've been holding on to this for... I do. Holy cow. I've got a $20 gift card. I can't believe that. I can't say it's been burning a hole in my pocket, but it should still work. I just have to remember to use it like as always. Hopefully this thing doesn't sell out, because it's going to be an exclusive. I don't know where it's going to be. And these things are not cheap. I think this will be about $100. Share, Gentle Giant. Share. Like on Facebook. 1 reward point for every $1 spent. Interesting. Follow on Insta. They give you points. Follow back. What do you mean follow back? Are they following me? What did I miss? What? Oh, Vader time. Who needs to read chat when you got Liz? You know, I have one simple request, and that is to have frickin' sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads. Can you remind me what I pay you people for? I mean, honestly, throw me a bone here. Yee. Ow. Ow. Hurt my ear. Posture check, sitting up straight. Ow, 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 ow. That's, okay, you're going to have to shorten that poll, Weather Gone Wild, if you want me to use it. It's got to be like 25 characters or less. Because I can't, it won't let me do that. Ow, ow. I hurt my ear. That really hurt. Wait, hang on. It says, how do you know if someone's following you on Insta? How can you tell? If it's like... I don't want to like click anything that I shouldn't be clicking, basically. How can you tell? Does it look like that? There's a check? Does that mean they're following back? I don't know. I'm like, everybody I'm following is following you back on Insta, so I can't really tell. It's like a unfollow, you know? Who? Okay, this guy, I don't think... Huh. Weird. How can you tell? How can you tell? Sorry, I'm like trying to stage a few different things. Oh, okay, there we go. Very interesting. News to me. What are we going for with the light? Orange? Okay. Orange doesn't show up very well, but just like red, just doesn't show up very well. But that is orange. Vader paddle's done. 9 o'clock, 8:30, okay. So, hang on. So I gotta set my... Come on, no. Set my alarm for 9 p.m. Okay, and that thing goes. I do not want to miss this thing. I got this gift card too, so... Back from... I don't even know if it works, because this is like 2010. Thing's 22 years old, 21 years old. I don't even know how the hell I got it. It's so funny. If I can save money, man, that I didn't have to spend, happy to do that. There's a new Gentle Giant Darth Vader Big Fig coming out that I thought would be kind of cool. I don't have a lot of Gentle Giant stuff, although I like their big figs. I've wanted them because they're bigger but styled like vintage Kenner figures. 98%. Here's the question. Okay, will Diana get here before print ends? Yes. No. You have 2 minutes to guess. This is it. It's for all the marbles. Y'all can either gonna win big or lose big. It's not up to us. The odds are not in your favor. May the odds forever be in your flavor. And what was it again? It was like, may the cookies forever be in your flavor. Oh, Diana's here. So, what? Oh, yeah, sorry. Ending the submission. People lost so many freaking points.
Oopsie.
No one voted for you.
Not even one.
No one.
Not even
Choose outcome. Diana got here before the print ended. Yes. Wow.
Cheer.
I did not. You set us up. How the hell did I set you up? Even I was wondering. Wow. No, wait, did you season this all the way through? Oh, you barely made it. You barely made it. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. Is she good? She's what? Rigged. Ain't rigged. It is what it is. Oh, good. That's okay.
Y'all might be recording.
Dogs ain't gonna bark.
It's okay. It's super cash. Stream understands.
These Tiffo rated my stream with 21 viewers.
Whoa!
What?
The Stepbell's rating with the party at 21.
Aw.
Wow.
Woohoo.
Welcome, everyone.
I just got here.
The print just ended. My wife just joined for a nice chat.
Yes.
The Stepbell, I hope your stream was amazing. Hope everyone had fun there. I just finished printing tonight's print. If I can move this around a tiny bit. They look like fly swatters. Everyone thought they were fly swatters.
That's hilarious.
These are actually bubble wands. So it's a bubble wand. Everybody, my name is Chris Perillo. I'm a geek / dork / dweeb / whatever you want to call me. I like a lot of different geeky things. Every night I'm usually just chatting, and more often than not, 3D printing something that I have not printed before, or something that I want to print. Tonight, this is what I wanted to print. So, if you're into geeking out, and just chatting, and hanging out in general, then you and I are going to get along swimmingly. Thank you for the follow. Looks like we've got X625 Ruben.
And I am Diana Perillo, and I am the complete opposite of what he just said.
Pretty much. It's the odd couple.
I like murder, true crime. You don't.
Not really. Not particularly. When are we gonna unbox some Deadpool? Oh, you were unboxing some Deadpool mystery minis from Funko. Oh, man. I have not. What was the most recent Funko product I got? I think it was a Darth Vader, the prototype Darth Vader, or the McQuarrie style Darth Vader.
Those are so cute. No,
Yeah.
I can't unsee the fly swatter now.
It's not a fly swatter.
I can't unsee
Like, it's like, these are, I mean, they should stay intact. I don't see it, you know, you can probably drop it and it might crack, but yeah, but this is, when we get the bubble solution, you'll be able to put it like in a little, like a saucer of sorts, and then dip, and then like a paper plate or something, like something easy, dip, and then work. So I don't know how these are going to work yet. We'll see. But so this is the Stormtrooper one. This is the R2-D2. No, wait. This is the R2-D2. It'd be a very precision fly swatter. You know, you know, with the mystery minis, we only have the Star Wars ones. I mean, there's so many of those mystery minis. Deadpool, I liked the movies. I never really got into the comics. I like the first movie better than the second one. Looking forward to more, certainly. Deadpool's a pretty decent series. Well, that's interesting. The way he styled this end is the Stormtrooper end is a little different than the other ones. Huh. Curious. Yeah, go ahead. My favorite, Darth Vader. Right there. Yeah, so I don't get a lot of Funko stuff in general. I enjoy it at a distance, by and large, but I can't. We don't really do the Funko thing as much. Sometimes I get them on sale. The bigger ones, yeah, we got the last bigger one we got, the Jumbos or whatever was the Grogu, the Baby Yoda one. Yeah, we pardon me, we don't really have, despite being close to Funko headquarters, we don't get a lot of them, which is really funny.
How many are there? Like,
Oh my god, you know, forget it, dude.
Like all
There's
over
like,
the
no,
country?
they're everywhere. Oh, Funko headquarters?
Yeah.
One.
I mean, like Funko
Stores?
Yeah.
Isn't there
Over.
one, I think California, Southern California's got one, if I'm not mistaken, and then Everett, where we've been.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I didn't
I'm
know
pretty
that.
sure. I don't know. I know of Everett,
Yeah.
but I'm not a Funko fanatic, I think is what they call them.
It's fun to go to
fans.
the store.
Oh yeah. They are fun. Oh yeah, just those two. Okay, so I was
Oh,
right
okay.
in the sense
Wow.
that because I'm not a fanatic.
So we're
'Cause
pretty lucky.
There's we don't go all that often. Although there is, I think now they've got the build your own pop going,
Oh, that's cute.
where you can pick the parts and then press a
Aw.
button and then it makes the.
That's brilliant.
It wasn't going when we went. We went not long after the grand opening. Yeah, but honestly, most of the people that I knew who worked at Funko no longer work there. Yeah.
It stopped.
Yeah, it stopped because it's not printing, dude.
Not one person voted yes.
Not one person voted yes, Diana. Not one person.
I showed up for the print and then. Woohoo!
There's Jedi's cup. I was gonna ask David Randolph if she could drink out of it, not like water, but like a swishy cup.
It looks like a tree trunk.
Yeah, it's a
Oh, it
tiki
is?
mug. It's a tiki
Oh.
mug. Originally, it's like twice as big, but I printed it smaller just to see how it worked. It worked well.
I mean, I don't think it's a drink.
Sully is doing great after Funko. I didn't know Sully that well. I mean, I knew him. I knew other people too. Sully, Yoko, Mark. There are a few people. A few people that are no longer there. But yeah, Sully is kicking ass and taking names on Twitch. Doing pretty well. But Sully's also a good person. Good people generally do well on Twitch. For the most part.
Cool.
Why aren't you talking? You were asking me why I wasn't
I
talking.
know, you're quiet. You're starting to worry me. You're just tired.
I'm tired, yeah. Unofficially wash it well, and she can drink out of it fine. Well, we have to wash it well, but you gotta be careful with the hot water, because let's just use regular water, right? Regular temp. Wash it out or whatever. But like, it would be made for like, like rinsing, like a rinsing cup, not a drinking cup. Thank you, Cenie Up. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank you for the
bye.
photoshops.
What are you watching at 9? Or something?
I'm not watching something. Gentle Giant's got a release of
It sounds like a show.
yeah. No, Gentle Giant's got a release of a Darth Vader prototype, like styled like an action figure or a vintage action figure Kenner. I said that totally messed up, but yeah. Unofficially, it's fine. Do it all the time. That's what Krusty said, so we can do that. Don't put it in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
Hot water will melt it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt. That's what I'm doing. That's at 9. It's 20 minutes.
Okay.
Wait. Didn't you say that you had something that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I was kidding because
Oh.
you were like trying to cut the stream short. So I was
No, I
like,
wasn't trying to cut it short.
I mean, not short, but you seemed like you're really tired. So it was like I had so much to talk about, pretending like we were gonna go all night, and you'd
Oh.
be like, "Oh."
No, I just leave you here.
Yeah. No, I guess I don't. I did, right?
Huh.
I need to start writing these things down.
Why didn't you talk? Why didn't you blah, blah, blah?
Because I forget.
I know, Diana.
Even as you're talking, I'm remembering
I know.
all the things I need to.
I know.
look at.
I know.
I need to look at that dinosaur thing. The dinosaur exhibit. You're frozen. And what else? What? Oh, okay. I need to write this down. I won't remember. So, yeah, Jedi met with her friend today at the park, and
Thanks, Saint Olav.
she was hoping that she would bring her baby Yoda. Remember?
And did she?
She didn't, but
What?
she said she'd bring it
Stretch.
next time. And she said, I have 2 of them. And she said, well, one is my dad's, but he let me have it. And I was like, aw, that's so sweet.
Yep.
And then she said, another one's mine. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was like, that's so cute. I was like, he's definitely gonna keep them if he bought his own baby Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fun.
Biggest issue with using 3D printed item as dishes is that mold can grow in between layers.
Oh gosh.
So like if you washed it every month or whatever, stayed ahead of it.
Maybe we should just use it as a toothbrush holder. No? No, because what if there's mold and she's like inhaling mold and,
She's inhaling mold anyway.
you know, eating mold. Mold. Yeah, I can't think of what I was going to talk about. It'll come to me. Oh, that said, 3D printed cookie cutters are very popular. Squirrel Master. Squirrel Master? Is that the same Squirrel Master that like surprised you with a bunch of bits that one time? His name was Squirrel in it. Crusty 3D. It's no dirtier than the hair on your toothbrush. Than the hair on your toothbrush? Oh, okay. Got it. Like the little bristles. I was like, is there something I don't know? Is there something you know that I don't know? I was thinking like maybe when you brush your teeth, like, you know how your tongue has hair? Or like if you use it.
Thanks, Saint Olaf. I'm sitting here dying. Like I just couldn't. Like you're like, what is she? Dude, she's gonna. It's like. No, Diana, keep it washed. This is a fine rinse cup. Don't drink out of it. Don't like be drinking out of it all the time. It's a fine rinse cup. You only use it very brief.
Freeze him again.
I'm not the one who needs frozen.
No, I thought.
Thank you for the bits, Saint Olaf and Liz.
Okay, have you ever seen a tongue like up close? Like super, and it looks like you have little hairs. So I was thinking like when you brush your teeth, those hairs fall off and go onto your toothbrush.
Probably.
And that's what I was thinking.
There's cells.
He was talking about.
Diana, there's germs everywhere. Germs, mold, pollen, everywhere. No matter where you go, what you do, we are not living in a hermetically sealed house.
Yeah, but I don't want to think about it.
Okay, then don't think about it.
The hair on
Diana,
my toothbrush.
This would be no worse than a cup. As obsessive as you. I don't need a rinse cup. You said she needed a rinse cup. You're like, well, she needs a cup for her bathroom. What else would she need her cup for?
She needs a cup that is organic. All like made with plants. Preferably no dye. No red number 3. No green number 12. No everything, free of everything. Like clear, free, you know, the usual. You're snappy tonight?
I'm not snappy. I'm just telling you. It's no different. You asked for a rinse cup. That's a rinse cup, dude.
Plastic is made from plants. It is?
It's cornstarch.
Ghost
And I made it.
sounds?
I made it. It's organic.
Oh, nothing is printing. Yeah, grass-fed cups only.
Okay, David. So David, I printed these not Wise Waters bubble wands in the white Jessie PLA, and now that you're here, we can ask David. This is David's PLA. So I made successfully this time the other night a rinse cup for Jedi, a small rinse cup with the white PLA. If we keep this clean, would it be fine like in the bathroom, like you know, swish 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 spit, right? Rinse, swish 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 spit. Not like drinking beverages out of, but swish 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 spit. Do you think it will be fine? This PLA that is white, completely white PLA, your PLA. I mean,
what's the difference between white and any other color?
Well, the dye.
Yeah, but doesn't this have
I'm just
to be
saying. I'm just
dyed
asking.
too?
I don't know. I don't make it. I don't know. Couldn't tell ya. Why is the 3D printer cam on if nothing's printing? Because I haven't turned it off. It's going to turn yellow.
Oh, that makes sense. Kind of like
Especially if you leave it in the sun.
Swimming pool.
Well, you won't leave it in the sun. You'd have to seal it. I wouldn't honestly. The layers can catch bacteria if it's not sealed.
So you drink out of it.
Well, isn't every cup like that?
No, because it's not sealed. So I think it like in the. He's a doctor. He knows.
Oh,
I believe.
yes, Dr. Andolph. I forgot. Silly me. Well, I didn't want to do anything until I knew.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have do it, but that's too bad, because that would have been a nice little cup for her. Well, you're using the Grogu mug as a toothbrush holder right now, so right? Yeah.
She just uses her hand because she sees me use my hand, so then she.
Oh yeah, that is way more safe than anything else. Like because bacteria isn't on your hand or
there's no mold
dead sin
on
scales.
my
Oh
hands.
really? Have you ever looked at your hands under a microscope? Because I guarantee you got a lot of matter you don't want to be ingesting from your hand. If you're concerned about that, Diana,
The doctor has spoken.
well, the doctor should know that your hand is probably dirty or whatever the hell is in that cup. Because you want to talk about bacteria.
Oh, it's white because of titanium oxide. Interesting. Yeah, I can't think about what I wanted to talk about. It's not
Can't
good.
help you. Can't help you.
It was good too.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it was super good. It was like, I can't wait to talk about this.
I've got, this is like a mishmash of salt, garlic salt, nooch, and whatever else we had. But see, I lose it all.
Oh, I know something to talk about. I want to know.
I'm gonna re-nooch.
No, this is a question for you. And you can't interrupt Jedi. The minute you do, then this stream is over.
Okay,
Why?
nothing. I was
Oh.
gonna re-nooch. That's why.
Can you get the spray?
Yeah, you can, but ask me the question first. Unless you want to hear it.
I guess I can ask you.
Okay.
Like, I guess any content creator,
Mm-hmm.
when they make content, right? A lot of times it's throwaway, even if it's just private. Let's say, I mean, if it's just private, like members or people that pay,
Right.
and say you're doing really well, what would your advice be for those people that are like making a lot of money and no, wait,
My
hear me
advice would be keep doing it, dude.
out. No, I mean,
That's my advice.
but they're making a lot of money, and let's say they're blowing it, right? It's going
Up their nose.
no, well, yeah, that or like whatever, buying a Lamborghini, things that the money's
You
going
can't snort in a
fast.
Lamborghini.
The money's going fast. So, and then at the end of their like high, like
Yeah.
they have nothing left. Their content's still out there, and I mean, money-wise, they blew all their money because they had never made that much money. Let's say they're young, they didn't really know what to do. They're like, oh my gosh, I have all this money, I'm gonna buy Versace everything, and they have no money. And let's say it's like OnlyFans or something, right? So you're putting a lot out there,
Mm-hmm.
but
Oh, it doesn't stay around?
yeah, like what would that be called? What's that called?
Evergreen. Residual.
Yeah, like what's your advice to people like that? Because you do really well. Would it be like invest in something? Like how do you keep it going when you know it's gonna end? I guess that's what I'm saying. How do you keep it going when you know eventually it's not sustainable? There, that's the word. How do you like?
Have a plan. I mean, have a plan. Don't just do it assuming that it's going to stay that way, because
Right.
it won't.
Right.
Yeah. So have a plan, and that plan's going to be different. Like, what are you going to do next? What's the thing that's going to keep it going? When this changes, what are you going to add for stability? What three legs do you have to stand on? And if you don't have an answer to that question, you don't have anything.
Yeah, and you've always said you need more than one source of revenue, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one, I guess.
For a
But-
content creator, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. In a traditional job, hopefully not.
Right. Yeah.
Like I'm happy in the sense that we don't. This is just any content that I do any streaming that I do on Twitch or whatever, it's for giggles. It's like this is how I'm spending my extra time.
That's not true.
What?
You said, as Chris once said, don't make a goal that makes you fail if you can't reach it. But that's like the opposite of an entrepreneur.
No.
Right?
What St. Olaf said, he's right. I did say that, but the context that you're missing is I said don't set your goals that are contingent on somebody else. So if I said my goal for 2020, here's an example of a really bad goal. By the end of 2021, I'm going to have 10,000 followers on Twitch. That's a bad goal.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because that is out of my control. Versus a good goal being by the end of 2021, I will have live streamed once every day because that's in my control.
What if you truly believe it and
that's
you
bad.
Do anything to get
there? No, it's bad. Number one, you're chasing numbers, and you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You gotta chase. You gotta focus on what you want to do and what you're doing and what you're enjoying, and follow it organically. So
people see right through it.
Most of them might, but not everyone does. I don't think people see through it as much as you want them to see through it. But that's the reason why. Never make a goal contingent on somebody else ever. Never do that, because you're just leading yourself to disappointment, man. Or you're pushing them to do something that, like, then every night I was doing something 3D printing. Well, thank you for following. Hopefully you remember to follow. You got to follow me. Remember to follow. And, like, you're doing it all the time. It's just like, dude, or it's like saying, I'm going to get, 1,000 subs this month. That's the goal, is 1,000 subs. And I'm like, I had those kind of loose, and like, just kind of for fun, but I realized, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm not going for any of those goals as, like, goals that I'm trying to achieve. Things that happen, great. But things that I'm trying to achieve, that I'm trying to be successful at, those are the things that you have to be in control. So the question is do you want to be successful at engaging in the moment, or do you want to be successful in being a content producer, or do you want to be successful in retiring by a certain age? And that goal that you're in control of is going to dictate your strategy and the tactics that it's going to take to execute that strategy. It's a business plan, effectively, because it's like, okay, so it's the same, the house. Like, I had certain things in mind of where I wanted to be. I accomplished that goal. I was in control of that goal. I knew
what if something happens? Like,
all the more reason you don't know. You got to kind of go with the flow. It's like, what cost is here? What do I have to balance here so that I can still achieve my goal? So I have certain goals in mind, but I'm always in control of the goals that I set. I would never say my goal is to make Jedi learn algebra. I'm like, well, that's the horrible goal, dude, because I'm pushing her to do something that she may not be ready for, she's not interested in, or whatever. I'm like, no, that's not a goal. Or my goal would be to get her a voice coach. That's a goal that I control for her, that I can accomplish. Now, whether or not she succeeds with it or fails is beyond me. I'm not interested in her succeeding or failing after I'm done setting a goal for myself. Don't get me wrong, I want her to succeed, but I'm saying that I'm not going to make my goal success contingent on anybody else. Nobody should. Nobody.
But a child, they'll automatically want to, like, do something to please their parents, let's say,
But that's not a goal.
No, but I'm saying, when do you think...
Wait, are you shifting gears?
Yeah, hold on. When do you think that changes in a mind where you think, like...
Sometimes it doesn't.
It's for me.
Sometimes it doesn't. You got to learn to set your own goals. But it teaches responsibility and self-efficacy, such that you set your own goals, you know what you're trying to accomplish, and then it's up to you. It's up to you to make that path. You can't make your strategy. You can't make your strategy. I'm going to do things that you can't control, because you're in a no-win situation. You're in a no-win situation. It's a horrible idea. That's where you'll fail.
There's a psychology behind that. Like, kids want to do something to...
People pleaser.
Yeah, but
Sycophant.
at a certain age, like when they're young, it's like, I don't know.
I don't know either.
The opposite.
You're asking about content creators, and I was telling you, I was putting in context what I said about the goal there.
Yeah, that makes sense, because, that makes sense.
I set a goal to do X.
Well, at least, how do you make...
I set a goal.
How do you make the money, like, stretch so you feel comfortable versus, like, if this
You
is
can do that. You can do 1,000 different things.
Like, invest.
You can invest. You could not spend. You could save. You could not hire. You could hire. You could scale. You can start another project. You could. I mean, that's down to your strategy, and then the tactics that you use to accomplish those strategies to move towards that goal.
Crypto.
Yeah, crypto.
I heard this thing. Jessica Biel said that being a parent, and she said it perfectly too. Okay, I'm gonna like, kind of what?
It's it.
She said like being a parent, you can think, yay, like I nailed it today. Like I did everything. I feel good about being.
I did. Sorry, I signed in. Go ahead, Diana. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. She's like, you feel good about being like a parent one day. You're like, yeah, I nailed it. So you go to sleep, and she says, and then the next day you start back at 0, and there's no like rollover points of like, okay, I can kind of take it easy today. And I was like, that is so true. I was like, every single day you start back at 0, trying to feel like you nailed it as a parent, which I don't think anyone ever does. You know? I feel like you go to bed thinking, I nailed it every day.
I do. Well, I set goals for myself that are reasonable.
As a parent?
Yeah. As anybody.
But do you have like goals like, okay, I'm gonna do this.
Are you serious?
Do this with her today, or I'm gonna.
Yeah, I mean, I set it out with the intent to do something, but things get in the way.
Wait, what are you getting?
DBF-D8Z
A gentle
V
giant Vader?
26.
That sounds big.
No, GY3. Oh, really? It doesn't like that. Okay, so I guess I've had this. Can you turn it off?
I could.
Thank you. Saved $10. That's great.
What is this? Oh my gosh. This looks like a spider.
I know, doesn't it?
That's creepy. Look at all those. That looks like a spider with 8 eyes. What kind of phone is this?
Samsung.
Oh. Holy moly.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen that. There's like a red light, a flashlight. That's too much. Maybe not. Maybe it's useful. Actually, that's kind of cool. It just kind of creeps me out because it makes me think of a spider. You have 7 new friend requests.
I do?
Or
Where?
it said, or under there, under the heart, or 7 people.
There? Here?
Yeah.
I don't look at Instagram all that often.
Oh, it's Instagram. Oh, you got followers. Ooh,
I get new followers a lot, but not tons.
Must be nice.
I know, because I'm actually active in social,
I
Diana.
haven't gotten an alert for a follow.
I need to
on
get.
Instagram in like years.
I know. I need to take a picture of that well, I want to take a picture of the little Jedi mug actually. And there's something I want to take a picture of tomorrow. Like I'm really kind of excited for that. Okay. So the funny thing is I had this gift card, this $20 gift card since 2010 and it doesn't work because I never got anything from it. So
What is Gentle Giant? What is that?
it's look at it. They did make little statuettes and stuff like that. So like they make busts and figurines, but they've got this is the jumbo. Okay, see that big Darth Vader? That
Yes.
see that one?
Yeah.
That's styled like the vintage Kenner Darth Vader figure. Well, they're releasing this one styled like a Macquarie Darth Vader. So it's like what? So I'm like, dude, like no one's done this at all. So
It's
this
gonna come
is
in a
just
package?
incredible.
Like that?
Yeah, it's gonna be big. I assume like that. So yeah, I'm excited. So thank you for your order. Status now pending. Sweet, sweet, sweet. It worked. It worked. That's the thing I wanted to do at 9. Done. Printing all done for tonight. It is. Saint Olav. This is your printing porn channel. Sorry, I did it. I printed something, and I'd start something else, but the only thing I have to slice right now is really set for tomorrow. I guess. Sorry. Is there anything else I could print? What can I print that's quick? Because I've done everything. I want to do tomorrow. I've got a longer one that I want to do. So that would be the day after potentially.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of Ladro?
Yadro?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Holy sh! That's gotta be expensive, dude.
How do you know?
Cause, dude, you can tell. Look at the details. That looks like porcelain.
Is
Yeah,
porcelain
Ladro.
expensive?
Yadro is like, yeah. This is really expensive,
I never knew
dude.
porcelain was
650
expensive.
bucks. Holy
No,
schmidt.
no, wait. Look, check this out.
Even half off. That's insane.
No, look.
That ray, yeah. Holy sh! How is that one? Oh my god.
Look at that one.
Oh my god. 4,000. You know why? Because they don't make
4,000.
it anymore.
Oh,
That's incredible.
4,000. Oh, is that why?
Chris,
Oh,
where's the
let me
popcorn? Everyone's asking, where's the 3D print? Where's the pop? It's popcorn's right here. I had. Popcorn.
So why is this one? How come this one is 5,000? Oh, got it. You can get all three for 6,000.
Oh, that's it? That's the 6,000? All I gotta do is find a friggin' sponsor.
Should I add it to the cart?
Oh, yeah, add it to the cart.
Buana is now hosting my stream with 69 viewers.
Alright, you know what else we need to do? We need to welcome Buana, because Buana's raiding. Buana! Hope your team is going well. Someone asked me where my popcorn was.
That's who you called beautiful.
Huh?
Yeah. I heard you.
What?
You said, Juana's beautiful.
I must have. He just got
I know.
2 3D printers.
You called him beautiful, I swear.
This is what I probably did, because Buana's a beautiful man.
I
I
was like, who is Buana?
He's like Googling.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Jake
the
from
Buana.
State Farm.
What are you wearing? Buana from State Farm.
Yeah.
Khakis? So, I don't know if Buana has khakis,
Yeah.
honestly. He probably does, I wouldn't know. But this is what I printed the other night. It is a Jedi cup. It's actually at 50% scale. You can make it bigger and actually fit cans inside. These are known as the Cantina cups, Buana. You may want to give them a shot. There are different logos on the front. Cantina cups on prusaprinters.org. Just made by Bugman140, if I remember his handle correctly. Again, this is at 50% scale, full scale. You could slice open an aluminum can and slide it in. So you could actually use these tikis, these geeky, well, I can't say that, these Cantina cups to effectively put drinks out. I just wanted to do a smaller one just to see how it worked, and we may end up using it as, some kind of holder. But the logo printed out just fine. Tonight, I printed, and I was just in the process potentially of debating printing out something else, and I don't know what else I'm going to print yet. I got to find something quick, but I printed these. They are not fly swatters, contrary to what everybody believes they are. They're actually bubble wands. So I just ran across them tonight. Stormtrooper, Millennium Falcon, Darth Vader, and an R2-D2. There's another design, but I didn't have enough of a chance to get them all on the bed at the same time. Either way, Buana, I hope you had a good stream. Hope you had a good day. Appreciate the raid. And everybody, if you have not been to my channel yet, I typically am 3D printing something. Popcorn usually comes along this time of the night. My wife Diana hangs out with me. I geek out. Tonight we were talking about different things, including Star Wars. That's a typical topic of conversation. Various entertainment options. I don't typically do a lot of gaming outright. If I did, it would probably be retro, and I haven't really figured out how to work gaming into my workflow on Twitch, which I realize is ironic because everyone seems to go to Twitch specifically for video games, and I'm the one who goes to Twitch to listen to people chat. So most of what I do here is just chatting, and there's usually the activity of 3D printing around the chat. So now I'm looking for fun, quick, Star Wars-y 3D prints that I can do, or at least start. Thank you for following, Spectral. Appreciate that. And it's also good to see you again. Sorry, I got Pink Safia? Yeah? Pink Safia?
Is this one?
Yes, that's one.
Okay. I'm gonna follow.
Ooh.
And lurk.
Oh,
my gosh.
what?
His stream is 8 hours? Was that 8
Yeah,
hours?
he was there for a long time. Buana's a pro streamer.
Yeah.
I've known Buana since the days of remember Ustream?
Like a whole day.
I know. He's a pro. Like Yeah, he was around in the beginning, and
Yeah,
and
13 years.
his account on Twitch is like 2 months older than mine, I think. We signed up when it was Justin TV.
Yeah, I'll read each.
Oh, I was like, what are you? You're getting up and holding out your arm. I'm like, what's going on? All right, so now, why did I feel your lips? Oh, I don't feel them. They didn't feel frozen to me. All right, so now, what we're gonna do is flip over here to Thingiverse, one of my favorite websites, seemingly. Burb. That doesn't even make any sense. Burb. Let me go ahead. Oops, sorry. Did not mean to do that either. Let's stretch that out a bit. For some reason, every time I get in here, the window seems to be resized in some way, shape, or form. But oh well. Okay, so sometimes I pop onto one thing or another and take a look around. Some things trip my trigger. They tickle my fancy. Would you miss Builder's Mark? Well, the print finished. We got rated. We've been re-rated, actually, a couple of times. And now I'm looking for the next thing to 3D print before too long. Hopefully a quick one. Like a small Star Wars-y one. Something small that I have not done. Because I don't want to start the print that I had staged for tomorrow. Because that's ready to go. I'd say dice, but I've done a few of those. Those Daft Punk planters are kind of neat, but I'm not sure if I would necessarily... The multi-pass, COVID vaccination multi-pass. This is the one I was trying to print earlier, the Grogu Baby Yoda surprise egg, but it had problems with the file, and it didn't. Ultimately, it did not repair when I tried to repair it. So I didn't have a chance to print that one out, because otherwise it would have been the little Grogu. See, I don't just print anything. Just because you can print something doesn't mean you should. Scooby-Doo. But some of these you can definitely tell are built more for resin, more so than filament, which is what I've been doing specifically on my Prusa Mini, much like Buana. I sucked him into this galaxy, so if hopefully everyone out there likes Buana's 3D printing screens, because I might have been somewhat to blame with the encouragement. Yeah, you
Loyal Moses cheered X1000, Throwback Thursday.
Well, thank you, Loyal Moses, for cheering 1,000 bits. Talking about a beautiful human being for a Throwback Thursday. Okay, yeah, it is Throwback. What can we print out from the 80s? Do they have snorks here? Snork? Sing along with the snorks. There's got to be a snork. There has to be. There freaking has to be a freaking snork. Where are the snorks?
Loyal Moses just gifted 5 subs.
Thank you so much, Loyal, for gifting those 5 subs, including to Jay Harley. I see him quite frequently. Fraggle Rock. That's a good throwback. I almost got Jedi a Fraggle. Almost, but she's got so many friggin' stuffies. Do they have like a doozer or something? Let's see here. Although that would be good in a green. Let's see what we got for nothing for Fraggle on Thingiverse. Greetings, programs. Hello, Harold Pulcher. Smurfs, I would probably want to print in blue. She's got a lot of Smurf figurines. Let's see here. What else? What else is from the 80s? This is probably a horrible search term on Thingiverse. 80s. This is just not. Yeah, this is not. Oh, look at that. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Do you know what this is? Do you remember? These things were so popular back in the day. The McBuckets. They were like Halloween buckets. So someone shrank them and modeled them. Look at that. And there's a mini Nintendo there. That's a tiny Nintendo. Oh, my God. That's so minuscule. I don't think that would print out very well filament, but... Yellow Submarine. Oh, that's a fun printout. There's the Goonies coin. I do want to do that one, but in a different filament color. I've got the white loaded right now. I can swap to another color. That's not the problem. I've already done a Castle Grayskull. I've already got Thundercats figurines. Is that Alf? Does he look decent? I want to do him in brown. Yeah, it's not a very good Alf. Like, just because it's like, oh, look, it's Alf. And then you look at it and the model's just, well, it's not bad for free. G.I. Joe Shark. Oh, that's nice. What else? What else we got? What else? What else from the 80s? Mullets? Yeah? Mullets? Something like that? Liz, thank you so much for the cheer. Robert01, thank you the cheers. Buana for the 100 bits. And starting the friggin' hype train. Hype train. So now I gotta grab my... Where the hell's my helmet? There we go. Okay, grab the helmet. Here we go.
Now I think I'm ready for the hype train. Even though I'm not sure what it is that I'm going to be printing. Thank you for already pushing us well into level 3 on this hype train, everyone. 18%. I tell you what, if we make it to a level 5 hype train, I, Chris Perillo, being of sound mind and body, will give everyone here 500,000 Perillo popcorn. 500,000. So if you would like 500,000 Perillo popcorn, help us get to a through a level 5 hype train. Not just 2. 2 is easy. 2 is super simple. Thank you, Krusty, for the 300 bits.
Paisel has gifted a Minigoni subscription. Paisel has gifted a tier 1 sub to a Minigoni. They have given 40 gift subs in the channel.
As I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to use with this Jesse PLA from Printed Solid. Look at that, Mini Jupiter Ace. I don't even know what that is, but it looks so cool. It's a tiny computer. Talk about a throwback. That is like you throwing your back out. Oh, look at this. It's like a little mini piece. Oh my god. A mini C64. Not exactly to scale, but that's kind of cool. Those look like old Apple computers. Old computers. We're at 71% with Liz cheering an additional 12 bits. Still at a level 3. What is that? A stackable circular organizer. That's not very throwbacky. Old Dr. Pepper logo. That's interesting. Beatles. I did a search for the 80s. This is what comes up. That's... Mysterious Cities of... I don't even know what half of these things are. That's an IG-88. That would not print out well.
Saint Olaf just gifted 1 subs.
Thank you very much, Saint Olaf, for giving out a tier 1 community sub gift. Krusty 3D with 128. And David Randolph, 1976 from PrintedSolid.com. The person who supplied this fine Jesse PLA. And you can use these emotes here in chat. You got some special ones here. Perillo Jesse does the dog Jesse. And then Perillo Filament is the Jesse PLA, and then there's some other things like Perillo Tech TV. That's a level 3, or sorry, a tier 3 sub emote. Those are all really popular emotes. So, you've pushed us into level 4 on this hype train, 44%, which is rock solid, but we still don't know what I'm going to print next. And since it's a Throwback Thursday, it just makes sense that it's got to be some kind of throwback that we don't have or could not get any other way. I'm not sure what happened. Ooh! A Thundercats medallion. I would definitely want to do that in a different color than what I've got right now out. Ooh, look at that. The Last Starfighter's Gunstar. That's big. Not exactly to scale, but maybe I'll pull out the silver filament for that. Oh my god! A Gummy Bears medal. The Gummy Bear. Look at that. Can you see that? A Gummy Bears medal. I kind of want to do that. This sounds really strange, I know, but an actual Gummy Bears metal. So how would you... Look at that sword. Is that Cubby's sword? Oh, man. Oh, man. That is pretty funny. That is kind of hilarious. That's amazing. But the thing is, I probably need to do a cold pull, and I've never done a cold pull before. I need to do that sooner rather than later. Thank you, Liz, for the 100 bits, Krusty 3D for the 128, Liz for an additional 100 after that. Thank you very much. We make it through a level 5 hype train. Everyone here will get 500,000 Perillo
Randolph
popcorn.
1976 just gifted 5 subs.
What? Unbelievable. Just before Krusty 3D gave 128 bits, thank you for those cheers. David Randolph, 1976, D. Randolph, sorry, gave out 5 tier 1 community sub gifts. Unreal. Builder's Mark coming in with an additional 100. Another one of those people that I trust implicitly when it comes to 3D printing advice. A milk crate, that is interesting. Not sure. Ooh, an ET, yeah, that looks kind of creepy. I'm thinking here, what would be a good throwback? What would, not seeing any, that Gummy Bear medal would be awesome. Although I would want to give it to my daughter, and I'm not sure my daughter would get it. We've got some Thundercats toys, but she doesn't like seemingly watching a lot of those old shows, which is kind of sad because the old shows are the best shows. No, not seeing anything yet. Oh, Space Invader, that's kind of neat. Oh, see, I have some. The problem is, I have some of these collectibles separately. So it's not like, oh, I can't get this anywhere else, but I can. Now, what's this? A little arcade cabinet. Curious. That might look good in black. A little, Qbert arcade. That's kind of, let me see. Let's see here. Let's see what, it says it's an ornament. I don't need an ornament. Oh, do you have to assemble it? Holy cow, dude. I figured that would just be like an all-in-one. Like, it doesn't need to be that big. They have these, like, little arcades.
Paceless gifted Red Prisms a subscription. Paceless gifted a tier 1 sub to Red Prisms. They have given 41 gift subs in the channel.
Now I spelled it correctly. Thank you so much, Saint Olaf, for cheering
Saint
those
Olaf cheered
1,000 bits. Pesless giving out a 1-month tier 1 sub to Red Chris MS, Krusty 3D with a 400 bits, Pesless with a 59, Krusty 3D with an additional 500 right after Builders Marks 100s. I believe we made it to a level 5 hype train. I believe it is done. Thank you for kicking it off and seeing it all the way through, adding the points to all 500,000 bits, bits of popcorn, not to be confused with real bits. 500,000 popcorn, that's 500,000 popcorn to everybody. Everybody, whether or not you participated directly in the hype train, you were here. Very well, very nice. Now, off to figure out what we can do now that we've succeeded with the hype train. Print and play arcade. Pac-Man Ghost. I don't know. I'm looking just for like a miniature arcade. There we go. Arcade game cabinets. Something like this, yes? Something tiny that I can print out that Jedi can play with their little figurines. Those would be kind of cool, don't you think? I would have to use the black filament, some black filament in here, but what do we got? What does it look like? Oh, see, again, is that an assembly? Do you assemble them? Is that what it is? I can't really tell here. 28mm scale upright arcade cabinets, scatter terrain, 3 upright cabinets, graphs no, supports no, resolution, infill. Okay. I'm going to download this. I'm not sure if this is going to take a fair amount of time. Oops, a fair amount of time. There's Gartic, sorry. Can I type? That's still, it looks like it's going to take too long to do. I don't know. Thank you, Liz, for cheering those 59 bits. And then ultimately, Saint Olaf for the final 1,000 bits in the hype train with 2 minutes left to go on a level 5, 144%. I believe that's the highest we've done with level 5. What would be small? What would be a small something to print? A quick thing to print? I know something Lego, but Diana already has all the Lego pieces, and sometimes they don't turn out that well. Trying to think what else would be small that might be fun. I'm not sure if I know. Any ideas, anyone? Did I get any ideas? I'm not sure if I got any ideas when I was surfing around there. So if you have any ideas for what I can print here the remainder of the broadcast, you've got to let me know. Thank you, the Mitch 22 for the additional 100. Okay, so I would do a whistle, but here's the thing. When you print a whistle in the vicinity of a child, that child will blow the whistle. And that's not something I want. I got rid of the recorder for a reason. It was just... No, it's not going to happen. No whistles, no ocarinas, nothing like that. Level 5, done, 12 subs, 5,730 bits, and everyone got 500,000 popcorn. Just like that. Alright. Alright. Here you go. I'm going to... This is just for you. Done. Done. Just like that. Squeezed it all out. Just like that. Cause that's what I do now.
Woo! It gets balmy in there. Like really balmy. Oh, that's the reason why. That's the reason why I only do that with hype trains largely. Or typically we'll do that with hype trains. Thank you very much. I will let you know that all the bits, donations, subs, support goes right now into the Perillo Home Appliance Fund. Because this is going to be a very expensive month. Like, incredibly expensive. Like, insanely expensive. And it's going to get even more expensive. We're overdue. This is just going to be a very expensive summer. I just know it is. I've already written it off in my head, like this is the way it's going to be. That's it. That's just the beginning and the end of it. 3D print mini brands? Oh, that's not as much fun. Thank you for tweeting the squeaky nipples, sorry. Yes, Buana, I am. I didn't know. I don't know if you knew that. I was Chris setting off the dogs at 12 a.m. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Joe. Darth Vader is Chris Perilla. It's true, Buana. This is true. You never know what you're going to discover on the internet, but it is definitely something that I've kept secret. And I'm surprised it stayed this secret this long. Yes, I have seen the thermal detonator builders, Mark. This is something I want to do when I get to the silver stuff. But I've got two other things that I want to do in white at least, two others that I want to do in white before moving on from this. Tomorrow I'm going to be swapping between the black and the white. But I'm not sure I can find anything in here that I think would be suitable for a pretty quick print here at the end. I've got like coin files and whatnot, but I've already done them in white. I've done everything that I've normally done in white. What is my true Sith name? Chris Perillo Sith. I find that it's very bad. Not a great name. No one ever gave me a Sith name, so I just went with what I had. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of a fan of the fun, quick, easy. Didn't have this before. Can't buy it anywhere. Those kind of prints. You know what I'm saying? Although, like I said, this is really weird. The person who made this, it's like he did this like 3 different ways. Because the designs are, certain ones are better than the other ones. These bubble wands are not uniform in size, which, I mean, I'm not exactly building a set of them, so I'm not that annoyed, but it's curious. Like, this one turned out well, but the Vader is, like, cropped in a weird way, and this one's cropped in the Stormtrooper's cropped in a weird way, and the Millennium Falcon turned out well. So, I'm not sure what he was doing, like, with the design. I think it was iterative. I think he started with Vader and went from there. So we'll see. We'll see how these things turn out. I'm going to put these downstairs with the bubbles, so that Jedi's got them down there for fun. Darth Perillicious. I don't know. I think Darth Perillicith is the name of the game. That's how I feel comfortable with that. Like if I had to have a name. Diana took my popcorn and she's not coming back. Story of my freaking life. Popcorn? Can I print popcorn? I bet I can. Oh my god, yeah, I can. I don't need to, but... Oh, what's this? Darth Vader mask? That's interesting. Is it complete? Oh, it looks really bad. You can just tell by the model, like, yeah, that's... Yeah. There's something called a popcorn joint? Interesting. Biometrics, pillowed egg shaker, nut dish. Oh yeah, nut dish, that's interesting. Space 1999 Eagle. I could fly higher than an eagle. Cinema stand for a phone. Oh, that's interesting. Popcorn machine. Popcorn kernel. So you can actually 3D print a piece of popcorn. It's kind of incredible. I don't think I will, because I'm not even sure what the hell I would do with that. Moreover, I wouldn't want to eat it. Moreover, I wouldn't want Jedi to see it and try to eat it. That would not be great. That would not be good. Stay home discs. Popcorn, yeah, popcorn buckets. I haven't even printed the Darth Vader one that Builder's Mark modded for me. I'm not seeing... this is just me searching randomly for popcorn, and I'm not... Nothing's coming up. Nothing, honey. Oops. Which is exactly where Diana is. She's nothing, honey. Unbelievable. So, you know, we may be about rounding out. I don't even know if I'm going to have a chance to start something new tonight. Because we had a surprise level 5 hype train. That's nice. Got through one print. That's awesome. Loyal Moses was here. Even better. Now, the question is, who are we going to raid? Who will we raid tonight? Who could we raid? Who have we not raided in a while that we know? There's her name is Legend of Anakin. I think she follows the channel, although I haven't heard from her. She's got 7 viewers right now, and she's playing Battlefront. The other people that I see in my list, we've raided recently. So I hesitate. I want to spread the love, share the love, spread it around. It's all good. You've been tempted to bet it all? Don't do that. Okay. Zach Rutledge just raided us the other day, so we definitely owe him one. Britt we raided the other day, so she's good. Panfred Nudo was a recent raid. That way, Y-Wing guy we never heard back from. I'm not sure I'm seeing anybody else outright, unless anybody has a recommend for the raid. Sharp balloons. She's got like a venom balloon. What is this? Hang on. Sharp balloons. The Bob Ross of balloons. Okay, she looks like fun. Alright, so here's who we're gonna raid. We're gonna raid her. Cause she looks like she's having fun, and she looks kind of arty. Balloon jam, it's unique, right? Welcome to the balloon party, and she's interactive. Yeah, I see, she just lit. Yeah, okay, we're raiding her. This is who we're raiding. It's 80s night. It is over on Kobalax.
But Sharp Balloons. Look at check out Sharp Balloons. Check her out. This is like really. Oh, come on, Zach.
Zach Rutledge rated my stream with 18 viewers.
Zach, I was just mentioning. I'm like, oh my god. Hello, Zach, and Cini Up. I was overlooking. I was like, hey, Cini Up's over there. That's awesome. So. Oh my god. So I was just saying, Zach just raided, so I'm like, we definitely owe him a raid. Oh my god. So now I owe you a couple of raids, Zach. It's just, we're raiding, that's the great thing. You raid me, I raid you. This is how it works. That's why I like raiding different people who are tied to my fandoms, my favorite things like Lego. So Zach and community, what were you doing tonight? Assumedly around Lego, in and around Lego. Assumedly, this could be a poor assumption. I'm not sure. Star Wars, possibly? Is that too much to guess?
Oh, Ecto 1. Very nice. The only Ecto 1 that the Lego Ecto 1 that I built, was the first one that was done. I think that was an ideas project. I built that one, and then what was the other one? It was, the Back to the Future, that car. So, since you were doing Ghostbusters, let me show you something that I 3D printed the other day. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited that you rated me. I can't contain myself. So this is what I printed the other day. It is a Stormtrooper / Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So there's a little mashup for you. Star Wars and Ghostbusters. This is as close to the Ghostbusters collectibles as I might get. Generally, I mean the Lego stuff, obviously, but in terms of 3D printing something Ghostbustery, this is the one that's definitely going to be my definitive in the collection. Oh, your dog's going crazy right now. Well, yeah, my pecs aim to please. Let me tell you, they're. I gotta be careful with them. They're gentle. I've got my nipples insured. Thank you for following. I love Tom Holland D16. Well, I hope Tom Holland D16 knows that, because if not, that's really weird. Like, to say that. Like, if my name was Tom Holland D16 and like I was like reading chat, I'd be like, who is this person and why do they love me? So this stream, thank you CNEUp76, is I would say similar to Zach's, but not really. I do like Lego, and I do have Lego sets, and usually once a week, I might put together a Lego set or play with some Lego stuff. But generally speaking, I'm a variety streamer, so every night I'm typically just chatting, just hanging out, typically 3D printing something at the same time, but tonight's 3D print actually ended short. This is what I 3D printed tonight. These are bubble wands. I haven't had a chance to try them yet. Tomorrow night, I've got my print ready to go, and I've got a print ready to go after that one. So the next 2 days I've got planned, but I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to be printing over the next 2 days, because that's part of the surprise. Every night I live stream at 6 p.m. Pacific. It's a daily schedule. You can count on it. And then what happens in that daily time slot, you just don't know until, like, the time actually happens. I showcase stuff, talk about all sorts of geeky goodness. CNEUp was asking questions about Star Wars tonight, so we were having conversations around that. And then CNEUp was over in Zach's chat, which is just awesome. So yeah, the 3D printing is very fun to do. It is fun to watch, but these were very quick prints. This took about 2 hours to do all 4 of these. And then my wife was here, and we were hanging out, and we were chatting. I wish it was a longer print such that you would be able to see it. Thank you, Man Cave Hobbies, for cheering those 10 bits. See, this is the reason to get a 3D printer, so you can print bits if you're a Twitch streamer. Like, hey, thanks for cheering the bits. Thank you very much. Printed this the other day, Zach. This is a cup that shrank 50% its original size. And just for fun, just for giggles, a Cantina cup designed by someone in the community. It's got a Jedi symbol on there, if you can't see that, if I'm not holding it right. The white is a little difficult to see, specifically in these video environments with the exposure of the camera kind of locked. So thank you again for following. I love Tom Holland, the 16, Scott H510, and then I thought there was somebody else, but maybe not. Maybe I'm seeing things. Yes, it's a Bugman 140. That I believe is his handle. I'm meaning, like, I know all these people in the 3D printing community by name, and like Photosmith, Bugman 140, Wexter. Like, I know the people who are doing various and sundry things. It's just kind of funny. Just got here, don't leave. Well, I couldn't find the next thing to print tonight, so I'm out of. I mean, I'm not out of filament. I got plenty of filament, specifically from Printed Solid, but printedsolid.com, I should say. But I don't know what else to start without necessarily trying to finish it. So I'm kind of at a loss
as to what I could be printing out, because I don't have anything that would be a small print. Yeah, I'm never gonna run out of filament at this point, ever. It tells the story of the Battle of Endor. Does it? Oh, what's this? Millennium Falcon keychain? That's interesting. I've got so many friggin' keychains, though, dude. I have so many keychains, son of a gun. Never say never. Oh, I could say never. Chaos Core Tech. Yes, they did. They've done a few of them. The one I printed from them most recently was the Stay Puft Marshmallow Babies, or the Mini Puffs, I guess is what they're called. Those turned out really well, although I dropped it and broke a marshmallow finger. So, okay, Heath, I'll stay for a little while. I will stay, if only for the benefit of Zach's community. Once again, welcome, and thank you. And Buana's community, thank you for that raid too, Buana. I think we got raided 3 times tonight? 2 or 3 times? It's like, some days, nothing. And then, when it rains, it pours. It's really funny. Thank you, Man Cave Hobbies, for the additional 10 bits. What can I do? I'm like, normally I have like a laundry list. Let me check my, the Stay Puft Trooper would make a good character in stop motion animation. Oh, it would. Totally would, Cenie Up. Totally would. Something small. Something fast. What do I got? Normally I've got my go-tos, but I've already been doing this one. I've already printed small blurgs. Star Wars door handles might take a while. A Star Wars chest piece, maybe? Whatever happened to chest piece face? There go I for my face. There to be erased. This'll take too long, though. It'll take a long while. Too many supports, too.
Zach Mrotledge gifted Ilavetum Holland 16 a subscription. Zach Mrotledge gifted a tier 1 sub to I Love Tom Holland 16. This is their first gift sub in the channel.
Very kind of you, Zach. Very kind indeed. Very appreciated. Supremely appreciated. I am pleasantly surprised at how engaged the community has been on Twitch. The Thai Advanced card. Is this an Azokan? That might be interesting in white. Although, see, I've got a lot of smaller ships. I've got smaller ships on from Hot Wheels. Rings, maybe? Something small, cute, and Baby Yoda-ish. Like, that would be good, because Jedi gave her new friend a Baby Yoda ring, and her friend is like 4 or 5 years old, like younger than her, and she loved the ring, but it's plastic and it's fine. It's a cheap little trinket, but I'm trying to think of like what else would be kid friendly, Grogu kid friendly, and a lot of the stuff would have to be printed substantially larger. What? Liz isn't even watching. I'm just kidding. Oh, freeze. Oh, I missed a freeze. Sorry. That would be why. Okay, I was like, so Liz must be... Liz is lurking. Thank you, Ash. So kind of you. So very, very kind of you. I was afraid of how long I'd be frozen. Like just about as bad as being afraid that I'm not gonna be able to find something tonight that I haven't already done to do something up in white. Thought about the Galaga battleship. That might be kind of fun. I've already done chainmail. There's a couple things I'm waiting for. Tiki Darkfather? What's this one? Tiki Darkfather. This looks like it could be done without supports. Okay. How
How long will this take? Let's find out. Tiki Darkfather. So it's like a stylized Darth Vader, but it looks flat. It looks like it's just nothing but... Oh, there's a version 5 and a version 6. Again? Son of a... Really? 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 I hear you! Thank you, Man Cave Hobbies. I knew I could count on you. Thank you for following AZ Pinoy. Very good to have you here. Welcome aboard. I don't know what we're doing, apart from me trying to get things done in between people trying to freeze me, you sons of guns. And daughters of guns. Again? Oh, come on, Liz, that's not even fair. That's not even fair, Liz. That's not even fair. And here's why it's not fair. It's not fair because you started calling before you did the... Thank you, David. Knew I could count on you. Everyone's over here freeze framing me left and friggin' right. So what's happening? Thank you, Liz, for the 11 pity bits. Really. Oh, David, come on, dude. No. Liz, don't stop. I'm gonna put you on. Thank you, Buana. Dear God, people. Wait, where? How the hell? I'm afraid to turn it off because I'm afraid y'all are gonna toggle it back on again. Someone came. Did you even help the person who asked what was going on? Let me scroll up because I missed it completely. Someone came in here. I didn't recognize the handle, but said, "What the hell is going on?" And none of y'all answered them. Let me see if I can find it. Now I've lost it completely. Okay, wait. Let me ask you this. Do you want me to do the Vader time first or the freeze frame? So I gotta do the Vader time and then the freeze frame because they came in that way. So let me do the Vader time. Zach M. Rutledge, did I ever tell you you're my hero? You are the wind beneath my wings. Thank you, Dr. Randolph. D. Randolph? D. Randolph? D. Randolph? No, I didn't disable it. Liz is the one modifying it. I didn't disable anything. It's not me disabling anything. I have not disabled anything. I play along. I play nicely. I let the moderators do the moderate-y thing. Yes, it's Liz who's calling. Thank you, Zini, up for the stretch. Stretches I can do. Stretches are great. Yeah, there it was. Digital character? Digital chacker or whatever. Someone was calling me? Really? Are you sure? How do you know? Really? Really? Honestly? For real? That Y-wing cutout looks like fun, too. Y'all are nuts. This is your shocked face? I know, it is. What the hell? Oh, this Tiki Father would be y'all are too much fun. Y'all are too much fun. It's out of I can't refill it. Like, you gotta wait another day. You gotta wait for the, it's gotta catch up, man. It's gotta catch up. I'm on too many effing platforms is the problem. Oh, man. That's... Thank you for following Nigora. Oh, you like when I'm tired? I've been tired, buddy. I've been tired. So, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for this so much fun. Stop! Megan, stop! I'm trying to get to the point where we can raid people. We've entertained the new folks. We've welcomed them in. We just as soon, like at every stage, like, all right, we're ready to wrap. I'm not sure what's going on. I can't 3D print anything right now because I didn't want to start anything. I don't have a file. And then we get raided, and then I keep going. More cowbell. I know Jedi like toddled off with the cowbell. I gotta find it again. That's no doubt about that. It is here somewhere. I will. What? You weren't expecting that, were you? Oh, man. Whew. I just broke a sweat. I laughed so hard I broke a sweat. Holy I'm getting old. Oh. Alright, so, I want to raid, she's a balloon sculptor, Sharp Balloons. So let me give a shout out to Sharp Balloons here. This is who I want to raid. I'm gonna set the raid. I'm setting the raid, people. It's now in the queue. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for so much fun, especially towards the end. I appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate the raid train. I'm sorry, the hype train that we got. Appreciate the raids. Appreciate the new follows, the new subs, the sub gifts, the cheers, the bits. Thank you very much for that. I am, of course, on. We've got the Discord server right there. There's the Discord server. Feel free to jump in there for notifications or just. No, dude, I'm wrapping up. I'm about to raid, dude. Come over here. Seriously, the raid's in the queue. Like, we're gonna raid. She's a woman who does balloon sculpting. Yeah, we're gonna watch a balloon sculptor. Yeah. So, Jedi, you want to say bye, everyone? Bye. Thank you so much for hanging out, everyone. We love you. We appreciate you. But at this point, we're going to leave. What?
Oh, no.
Oh,
waiting
I thought you were like hitting me to say no.
Oh, sorry.
Yes? Yeah. Oh, no.
Sorry.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, be careful with it. Don't drop it. Be very. It's because that could.
Don't end the video.
I have to end the video, hon.
Don't end the
Jedi,
video.
they gotta go.
Don't
It's in the queue. I got no choice. At this point, I'm gonna leave you to your own devices, and may the force be with you always. See you here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Now we're gonna Tuscan raid sharp balloons in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, bye, guys.
Hang on.
Aw, you're so sweet.
Hang on.
Alright, I'm gonna rip
Hang
this
on.
part off. The cats are amazed.
What can she make?
She can make everything.
What do you want her to make?
Look at that.
Hello.
We like tripled her viewers like that.
Tuscan. What should I tell her to make?
Hello.
She may be in the middle of something right
Oh,
now.
yeah. I mean,
We're
Make it a
yeah.
making Winter Soldier.
Oh, Winter Soldier.
But Chris, thank you.
'Cause I just
so
started
gladly host your
following
after
her.
Party. Welcome, welcome. To is there a balloon I can make for you?
What do you want? What do you want? Like, what should we say?
I want a cat. A dog.
No idea.
How about something a bit more like, okay, I'm just saying like something like challenging.
A lion.
Well, like what? Think about it.